Yo, see if I get this party started. Hopefully they don't play me this time with the how they did before. It's Friday, man. Ain't been on all this week, man. We gonna see what we got going on. We gonna see what we get going on. Friday. Man, I left my water. Man, it's all cold looking up there, man. Calling my name. Calling my name like that. Mm-hmm. The goal is to live and learn, not just live, man. They be forgetting about the learn part. Let me get some real quick. I'm thirsty. Yeah. Switch this up. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't even shake my hand. He didn't say that. Drop the whole thing on the floor. All right, we good now. Here we go. We Gucci, man. Oh, man. Came back with something decent. Man. Let's see. Oh, man. The goal is to live and learn. I ain't talking about my name and laugh and learn, but it's different. They be calling me that too. It's not just live, man. People be forgetting about the learning part, man. But everybody stuck on that YOLO life, mom. I gotta live my life, live it how I want to live it and stuff. Then we make mistakes and, go through our trials and tribulations. We'll never take the time to learn why we went through what we went through. We don't make no new adjustments. We so fixed on just living. Crazy. Straight forget the learning part. But when it comes to the learning part, how you gonna tell me to learn how to learn? Because I'm not, even though I can't learn for myself, I don't need to learn nothing. Hold up. Oh, shoot. Let me wait till these. Gotta wait till the. I'm gonna speed up some real quick. Henri! What's the deal, man? I got it right. I got it right this time. Haha. Henri. Yeah, I got it right this time. I almost messed up. I gotta get used to it. My brother Henri is in the building. Yo, what's the deal, man? Welcome to the live. I take it that you like that word accountable. That's what I need. Everybody that know what accountability is. I'm letting this know up front. You know, a lot of people scared of it, man. A lot of us feel like that we shouldn't be held accountable because I'm grown. I get to live my life. You can't tell me what to do. You know I'm good, Henri. You know I'm good, man. I'm good, man. It's Friday. Hey, me too, brother, man. I want to be held accountable too. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I slip up, I need somebody to let me know. I want to learn new things. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong sometimes. Just let me know. I got an attitude problem. Let me know. I seem like, go ahead and check me, man. So it might be some things I don't know. Keep you balanced. Most definitely it do, right? It show me, it give me things I got to correct in my life. That's what I got to do, man. That's what we got to do, man. It's the only way we can unify. This thing called unity we be trying to say and do. We don't even know how to hold each other accountable when we ask for unity. You can't tell me what to do, man. I want you to stay over there and I stay over here. Let's segregate the unity. This is how I want the job done. Funny. Boy, we gotta all submit at some point, man. And I know they be talking about that stuff, but we all got something we gotta submit to make things work with one another, man. To cooperate, to understand one another, man. It gotta be like that. One thing I learned is everybody ain't meant to be on the same boat sometimes, man. That's why I always say, even with the situation of unity, it's deeper than just the color of our skin, man. Because I'm like, we gotta unify with anybody that's willing to move forward, man. Anybody that's willing to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way that we can always get good answers all the time. We can take all the good compliments or the blessings and all that stuff. That's like a fairy tale type world, because there's no way my friend telling me everything I'm doing is right. It's no way. That means you got robots. Everybody in this earth needs correction. You know what I'm saying? If I got yes people all around me and trying to make me feel good all the time, them not the people that I need around me. That's the only way. How am I going to fix anything I need to fix on if nobody is telling me what I need to fix? You know what I'm saying? Because I can only limit how much I know about myself, but I still come out and other people see me and they see more about me than I see about myself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Or they might catch on to some stuff that I never know about myself. Me, myself, I know I don't know it all. I don't know myself fully, right? I don't think we're going to ever know ourselves. And I tell people that the reason why I say that is because if I'm always trying to be a better version of myself the next day, I won't ever know myself. You know what I'm saying? Until I end up in the grave. So all I can do is keep working on bettering myself every single day. Because being comfortable, you're not getting nowhere. You just, okay, yeah. But it's something I got to work on every day. Even if it's just simply is just working on my emotions. Or if it's simply just working on my spirit, you know what I'm saying? Or, for people that believe in God, your connection on God, with God, because that drips every last moment in our life. We got to work on strengthening that too. Everybody don't believe in God. So that's something, everything, we got to work on that every day and every moment. So for us to think we could just be comfortable with just us being us, you know what I'm saying? You stuck in your own little box, So like I said, I'm open. Correction is correction, man. That's the only thing. We all got to correct one another. I done learned so much. And the funny thing is, I realize there's so many different levels because they don't realize, a lot of people don't realize that, because I got a big circle too. I mean, I got not a big circle, but I got a lot of people that, the thing is, if we don't learn from one another, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And even with the learning process, it got to be something that's helping us progress, not something that's making us, you know, go lower than what we're supposed to. Like every last opinion, every last suggestion should be something that uplift us to the next level, not some excuse to put us back down again. I can't listen to something that's going to, you know, that's going to push me back. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. That's one thing I just refuse. I even mentioned, that's why I said most of the time, if you hear me doing pushback most of the time, right? It's against negative things. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to put help push positivity in people in each other's mental in general, right? All of us, vice versa. I want the same pushback to me. You know what I'm saying? We get nowhere with it because we've been doing it all our life. Most of us is pessimistic. You know what I'm saying? But we can grow out of that. I've been trying to grow out of it more and then look at things. I look at good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? Trying to change my mind to be more optimistic. Either way, and that's what I was trying to tell my man because he's like, well, I live in reality. Both of them is reality. It's just your point of view, how you look at it. It's negative and it's positive in this world. You get to choose what you want to look at it, but both of them is reality. So I don't know why people always be using that. Well, I live in reality. You can act like it's positive or it's I know their other favorite word is kumbaya and all that stuff, right? But both of them is the same exact thing. I just choose to look at positive. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening while cleaning up. If I don't reply, for sure. And Henry. I gotta get it down. You got a very rare name to me. I think it's kind of rare, but yeah, for sure, man. But just because you look at things in a positive lens, that don't mean you're not realistic. You know what I'm saying? You can be realistic both ways. You know what I'm saying? So we have a choice. We really have a choice in life. I feel like it's more stressful looking at negative, having a negative mentality or always trying to, always trying to make an excuse for so many things and rather than trying to look for a solution, always trying to, explain why I'm mad and never get to the root of it, why I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? Making an excuse for why I got to mistreat somebody or say, oh, you did this to me, so I did this to you. Like that would never help none of us grow if we always got to push the finger to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work like that. I would rather, that's what I'm saying. That's how it is. You gotta, only way we can better ourselves is finding different things we gotta correct about ourselves. That's just literally how it is. But if people think that, we got this block or we got this thing where we got this competitive type mentality where, that we don't want to, the thing is we just always want to feel like that nobody, because we all humans at the end of the day. We all humans. We all been through things. We all, we all got, everything. We all alike. We just live in different parts. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we still alive, that's still giving us a chance to better ourselves. So why not use most of our time to try to better ourselves than just sit in this little, this little pity party situation and keep complaining about what happened in our past? We could talk about that for many years and let time fly past and it still did nothing to progress but complain. Like, I don't think if people ever understood that, have we ever got anywhere by just complaining? You know what I'm saying? It always takes some type of work. Even with the opposite, for having faith, you still got to have work in that. If you complaining, you still got to put in work. Either way, you got to put in work for whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? So, us sitting here talk about it and expressing our traumas and comparing ourselves and making competitiveness and stuff, that does nothing to us but keep us still low and keeping our mentality at that low point. And you know what I'm saying? So it's just, but like I said, one thing I learned though, everybody's not meant to be on the same ship. That And I know y'all was mentioning in that other room, right? About, you can't save everybody, and that's something like people don't really understand. And I don't be trying to push it out like that, but I know more than what people think. Because I know they look at me like I'm a little kid. I was getting towed up like in this one room. I realized, and I'm like, y'all just don't realize the thing is, I can't I don't have to prove myself to nobody, but I know what I'm talking about most of the time. What's up, Boston? How you feeling? How you feeling? I put a smile on my face. See sis in here. but I just, like I said, I just let people talk, man, because at the end of the day, everybody's gonna find some reason to either deflect or debunk what you're saying, or invalidate what you're saying too. So that's why, it's no point of me, because me myself, I don't, what I do now, it's no use of me fighting or proving myself to nobody. Because at the end of the day, if you either you heard my message or not, if you ain't get it, then I'm just gonna move on to the next person. You know what built my confidence, right? Because me doing this stuff right here, and this is what I've been trying to do. Because I know that I'm getting to some people. I'm gonna either get, and that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna either help some people or I'm gonna push some people back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know I'm not for everybody. You know, but I don't be scared to lose no friends or not. But at the end of the day, I know most of my stuff is just to help people out. Just because you don't like my point of view, that don't mean, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean that I'm got something against you. You just take it that way. You projected it that way. But if you really take the time to hear what I'm saying, you will realize that I'm not saying this stuff out of no negativity or no hurt, because I've done the work. I've been to myself for the past 3 years, just myself. Unlike a lot of people that just be saying like, I'm spending time with myself and I gotta get to know myself. No, I really doing the true definition, because I'd already said in my mind that, I would rather put in the full work. I would rather try to better myself every day. So if the next person, if I want to invite them in my life, that I'll be prepared for that situation. But me myself, I didn't prioritize, trying to hurry fit in, because I rather prioritize better in my life just in general. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I took so much time to try to understand myself and understand people, understand how emotions, like all this stuff. I didn't even have to get a certificate for this stuff. It's just simply just sitting here, and what looks like my topic, living and learning life. You know what I'm saying? Just in general. I just not living it just to live it. I'm trying to learn and understand other people, because it actually put my mind at ease when I realize there's so many different point of views, and a lot of people is it's more than just my point of view. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been learning. I'm loving it. I love this stuff. I love it, man. Yeah.
I'm
What's
sorry.
up,
I was
Boston?
tapping the screen so hard I knocked myself down. My bad, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're good. How you feeling, man? I'm glad to see you.
Look, I came up because last night I was in on Black Guru's live when he was talking about the wigs, right?
Yeah.
And I just simply, he had his perspective, and I was just saying like all women don't wear wigs just for men. Some women wear them, for different reasons. Like some women have alopecia, they don't have any hair. Some women been through chemotherapy. It's
Hmm.
different reasons why they wear wigs. And
Hmm.
I thought of you, your little, I'd be having a little Kev on my shoulder. Like there's a different perspective that can be looked at if you just hear a person out, right? So
Yeah.
when I was up there talking to him, he became combative, because I wasn't saying what he wanted to hear or what he wanted to agree with. Because I was explaining to him that my daughter have naturally long, beautiful hair, but she will wear a wig because if she wants to wear a different look, like a shorter look, she don't want to cut her hair. She'll just wear whatever she want to wear, like a shorter bob, to get the shorter bob look because her hair is longer. And
Hmm.
that's all I was saying. I just said that, and I was going to jump down, and then he wanted to go deeper, and then of course him going deeper, it went left, not high temperature left, because I'm a thermostat, I can control whether it go up or down. So I
There you go.
stayed even with him. This man gonna tell me, I see why you're single. Now how you go from talking about wigs till you see why I'm single? You don't know anything about me. You don't know what I do on my platform. Because I even told him, I said, I agree with some of the things you say because I like holding people accountable. I say on my platform, I hold women accountable for the things that they do because I can only speak to women because I'm a woman, right?
Yep.
he don't feel like men should be held accountable. He said that because a young lady was like, well, this is what she said, and I thought it was so brilliant, bro. She said, you have such a nice platform, a good following, that you can actually use it to mentor men that are lost, basically, right? That's what she was trying to say to him. And I understood what she was saying. This man said men don't need to be corrected. Like, it's women that need to be corrected, not the men. He don't have to mentor the men. I was just really sad about that because I'm like, this is a nice looking man. He seemed like, if the right guidance is given to him, that he could really do well with what he's doing, but he's so one dimensional, bro.
Yeah.
It was just like a baby you on my shoulder. I was like, I see why Kev is the way he is, because we're not always right. It's okay to look at the glass half empty and the glass half full. Respect other people's opinions. It's okay for someone to disagree with you without you getting disagreeable. Bro, do you know when I got off that man's live, so many people hit me in my inbox and they was like, you were so kind to him. You were so intelligent.
That's
Even though
good.
he came at you the way he did, I applaud you, sister. I was really shocked because he was really coming for the kid. I was like, I told him, I said, you're, because he said, he was listening to my voice and looking at me, right? And I said, you're a nice looking man, but you're too young for me, right? That's all I said. He was like, oh, what are you, 60? I said, no, I'm not 60. Well, how old are you? I said, why does that matter? Because, you're talking about wigs. What do my age have to do with this platform? So I told him. He was quiet. He didn't say nothing else about that. He was very quiet on that because I said he probably over there, because he work on the phone and the computer. He probably went to my page to see if he could shame me. Like, let me see what this old broad look like.
Oh,
I
that's what
know
he
what
do.
he was
That's
doing
what
because
he
he
do,
was just
though.
a tapping on that screen. I said, oh, but what you not gonna do is come for me that way, because that ain't gonna work for you, brother. But it was just so interesting. And I thank you, bro, for always keeping it real, always holding people accountable, always having a broader perspective than the closed minded perspectives that a lot of us on this platform have. And
Mhm.
that's why I like rolling with the people I roll with, the people that you've introduced me to.
Oh yeah.
It's just some dope people. Everybody's not like that. I just wanted to say that.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. That's why I appreciate that I got to meet you too. You know what I'm saying? You and all of them, man. I think we gonna get somewhere though. I ain't gonna lie.
We're gonna be just
Because
fine. Trust me.
it's crazy because like he don't realize that like you it's like I'm pretty sure you agree with a lot I'm gonna say a good amount of probably stuff he say, but he just like he the same way. Like with me, I agree with like a lot of stuff he say, but then again, it's like he another guy that's like I gotta take out the meat and spit out the bone because I don't agree with everything. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I see what he
Right.
doing,
Right.
huh?
That you're right about that, because I even told him, I said, I like your platform. I said, I follow you. Well, what have you learned from me? How long have you been following me? You've been following me for months and you haven't learned anything. I said, I haven't been following you for months. Let's be clear. I haven't. I said, but I have followed you and I do like the things that you say. But he was
Yeah.
so determined to put me down and belittle me, he couldn't hear me. So, he said, well, what have you learned from me? Guess what I hit him with, bro? I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I said, I learned, you know what I've learned from you, Guru? I said, I've learned that you're hurt. You're hurt, and it
I ain't
shows.
gonna lie. It do
I
show.
said
I'm
that
not
to
gonna even
him.
lie. That's the
I
one thing
promise
I
to
can
God
agree
I
with
said
it.
that to him, because you could tell that somebody has hurt that young man,
Yeah.
and for him to have just a closed-minded perspective that he have, and how he grouped everybody in one box. Everybody's not the same, and because he had that mindset, he couldn't see that, bro, I'm on your side. Men are not the enemy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
He
wish he
gonna
would
like you
just
later
look.
though. He gonna like you. He just don't see it now because he in his feelings. That's all it is.
Yeah, he was
Because
truly
same
in
thing,
his
I'm pretty
feelings.
sure he did the same thing with Kanai at first. Because he do that with every woman. He just got something against, but until they start talking and being on his side, you know what I'm saying? Then, oh, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I learned him a while ago. I did though, but I
Yeah.
still go to his live. I still be going to his live in his box and just and speak my piece. I let it, I say I speak my part and whatever. I mean, of course he agree with most of the stuff I be saying stuff because like I mean, like I said, I understand a lot of stuff he say, but then again, like I said, he be talking some off the wall stuff I just can't get with. I just let
Yeah.
him do that for himself. I just sit on the side.
Facts. Yeah. Well, I'm
Hey,
sorry. I
Kevin.
don't want to take over. Go ahead, Star. How you doing, hon?
Star in the
Hey,
building.
boss. Hey, I just wanted to come in real quick. I'm at work. I was like, let me just come in and support real quick. I heard y'all talking, whatever.
Hey.
I was like, I used to go to his live. I don't even like, I just block his live completely because I just feel like, like even when watching his live before, I see like he agreed like almost always with the guys. He's only one-sided. And the one thing I don't do with my platform, I don't deal with any men or women that's only one-sided. You have to be able to see both of the spectrum because we do
Yeah.
understand men are not always right and women aren't always right, and he refused to see things like that. He's just trying to be somebody he's not really is. Like he's using his past experience with certain women that he dealt with, and then he's bringing it into the to a platform and actually um holding everybody accountable with what he had dealt. But those type of women, those you picked those women, you dealt with them. We didn't choose those type of people for you, but he refused to see it that way. And that's why I just feel like he doesn't really have anything for me that I can use
I
or
get you.
listen to because he doesn't see to listen to other people. You have to, in order for you to have a good conversation, you have to be able to, even if you don't agree with the other person, but you still have to understand and see where they're coming from because their experiences is not your experiences and your experience is not theirs. But we have to be able to listen to have a productive conversation without
Mhm.
insulting one another and making
Exactly.
the other person. What I see a lot on his live is like he likes to bring women down and said it's always the women fault. And to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of women too that goes to his life that's always see fault at the women and never see the fault at men. We understand they have shitty men out there too. They have shitty women, they have shitty men. You can only say it's only one person because at that point you're not really learning anything from anybody. You just refuse to see it. You can't hold people accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable first and see, okay, what am I doing wrong?
Exactly.
Which part did I play back on my relationship to for it not to work? Like, and every relationship is different. So we can't judge every relationship to be like the same. So
Hmm.
I just cannot ever see where he's coming from, even if I want to understand some of the things he's saying. But like the insult he's throwing at people and he's refused to let people talk and understand and see where they're coming from, I just feel like that's just kind of crazy. And then you guys have talk about the hair. I feel like women should wear their hair however they feel like it. If they want to wear afro, if they want to wear box braids, if they want to have dreadlocks, if they want to wear perm, however they want to have their hair, if they want to have glue wigs on their hair, let them be. And if those are not your preference, you don't like those type of people, don't date them, don't go out with them, go after those women that are more natural, that they don't have those type of things in their head. You know what I'm saying? So it's just,
Hmm.
I just don't get it why people always fighting. Well, women shouldn't wear lashes. Like da da da. Well, don't date those type that wear lashes. Don't wear those type that wears those lace front wigs. Don't wear those type
Hmm.
that dress that way. You can't change people. People have to want to change for themselves. Because you
Yeah.
can't take a street girl and say, I'm gonna make you a housewife and I want you to dress modest. Well, that's not
Right.
within them. If they want to dress modest, they want to look nice, they don't want to wear stuff with their titties out and all of that, then if those are not the type of women that you were attracted with, then don't be around
Exactly.
them. Don't date them.
Exactly.
Just don't surround yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why people always be fighting with shit like that. Like there's certain type of dudes that I wouldn't even like look and trying to date because I know those are not the type of guys that I go out. I don't go out for street dudes that speak slangs and just carry themselves in a certain way. Like it's cool maybe from some other people. You may be a good dude, but no, those are not the type of people that I like to be around with and surround myself with because I like to carry myself to a certain standards and I don't want to be with certain type of people that are gonna make me look bad. So
Hmm.
because whoever you're with, that's who people is gonna judge you by. We live in a society where we get judged by how we dress, how we look, who we around, even our friends. They judge you by that. That's just a society. We can't change it. That's just how people are. So
Hmm.
if I don't want to be around those type of people, I just don't surround myself with it. Period. That's it.
Right. And the thing he like I said, he remind me of like Kevin Samuels and then I used to watch all of them though. I watch all of them though. And what I do, I just take out, I do learn a lot from them. When I first started watching Kevin Samuels, he opened the door for me a lot. I ain't gonna lie, because I never knew this thing called accountability with women. I just never knew that because I was the type that grew up and I always thought, mama was right all the time. I thought, it was women. What was that? They had an era with women's always right. I forgot how that went. Believe all women. That movement, right? And it's like I grew up with all that, but then when I heard, heard different stuff, it started actually when I got older. I'm like, I realized that what the freak, my mama could be wrong, or what I'm saying. It was new talk to me. I'm like, what the heck? I just never knew it because the thing is, if you get raised off your feelings, you're gonna go for the person that Of course, everybody, most dudes, mamas, boy, everybody love their mama, right? Of course, especially over the daddy, because some people's daddy's not even in their life and stuff. So of course, you're gonna hold up. I'm trying to sit here and send invites at the same time. But the main thing I was trying to I was getting out of that is just that I see they messages though they very harsh. I ain't gonna lie, they harsh in the mud. But I do take out what I can out of that situation, what they saying, because they taught me some different things. But then my thing is like the thing is I'm not looking for them type of women in there, so it ain't really like it really no point of me trying to argue that situation because I'm not looking for that type that they looking for that they talk about anyways. That's why I'm like, why argue about something that you're not trying to date anyways? You talking women only
Yeah,
get you for
I
these
mean,
type of money or this. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to get
I
with
mean,
that anyways.
to be honest with you, some of the things he says, Kev, makes a lot of sense because I am a traditional person. I know he says he's
Mhm.
a traditional man,
Yeah.
some of the traditional, but I don't know if he held traditional values because there's a lot of men that says, well, I am a traditional man. I'm looking for traditional women, but does your standards that comes with a traditional man, do you like portray that? Or are you just saying that you lack the quality of a traditional woman, so those are the type of people you want to go after? You don't want to go after modern women. You understand? A lot of people they don't want to do that. I can understand some of the stuff why he lacks traditional women, but I don't know if
Yeah.
he's like the way he speak. I think delivery plays a big role on like when you speak to people. You don't have to be nasty, rude, and portray
Right.
anger or something that happened. Delivery matters because me and you could be saying the same thing, but like me when I talk, I'm very passionate the way I talk because I'm Caribbean. I'm black, one. Two, I'm Caribbean. We
Hmm.
speak with passion, and I use my hand and my face a lot when I express myself. And I like to be very thorough because English is not my first language. It's just how we speak. So for some people, I may come across as being really harsh and everything, but I'm not trying to be harsh or anything like that. It's just the
Hey,
way I
stick your
speak.
chest out. That's what I
So
tell people.
yeah, but I don't want to like when I speak, I don't want to come across as I'm being like rude and disrespectful. And if I am, if someone like call me out on it, I'll be like, oh, look, I didn't realize that I was trying to be disrespectful towards you or anybody or whatever. That's not, what I'm trying to do or anything like that. But
Man, you
he
just made me
doesn't
stop sharing,
care.
man. You just made me stop sharing. Man, forget all that. You ain't gotta adjust yourself to somebody else because they got their feelings hurt. You got your platform how you got it. You don't have to attend to
Yeah,
everybody's feelings that feel like they get hurt. I mean, you know
yeah,
what you know if you
I'm
coming out
just
with
me.
kindness or not.
I'm just me. Like for me, I'm not for everybody. And I understand that we're
Me
not for
neither.
everybody. There's so many billion people, 8 billion people's out. We not all gonna get along. We all have our people. There's people that come to
Right.
my platform. I go live on the weekend, and some people love my platform. They love the conversation. They love how light it is. There's no disrespectful or anything like that. And I allow both men and women to be able to express themselves without being judged or feel any type of way. So that's just what my platform stands for. And some people that absolutely don't like my platform because we don't do
Right.
drama, we don't do the disrespectful, we just do conversation and dialogues. And some people are not for that. And some people like the drama. They like maybe some people like, coaching live, or they like a workout or whatever it is.
Hmm.
And some people are just out there and they just doing their thing, just having fun. So I'm not for everybody, and not every platform is for me. I've never had any type
Right.
of disagreement with Homeboy, but I have listened to him. I have been to his platform. I have not just once, because I don't make judgment over once I've been to your live and be like, oh yeah, maybe you had a bad day, maybe that conversation. I have been several times, and I just see how he held his live. And and if you don't agree with what he said, like Miss Boss Lady said, he'll either like drop you or he'll disrespect you, he'll do certain things. Like, you don't have to do all of that. We can agree to disagree and still be able to have a conversation. But for the most part, what he does is drop people, block people. And there's several women also in his life that are moderators. They do the same thing. And those people I choose not to surround myself with. I block them. I don't want to see your content. I don't want to see you sell your little book. do whatever you want to do and make your little ching ching you want to come on here and do, that's fine. I just don't want to be around those type of people. And they come on here just to kind of trigger people. And I don't really get triggered by like, people like that. I just choose not to surround myself with those type of energy, those bad energy. I just remove myself from those type of situation. And that is why you guys don't see me in a lot of lives. And if I don't like you, I don't come support you. Kevin, you've been to my life many times, and I've been to your life too. So, I try to support as many people as I can. Exactly.
Yeah.
No drama. I don't do none of that drama stuff. Exactly, Henry.
That's why I'm
That's
still following you because I already know that even though I ain't see you in a while, that's why I still because I already know our because I know everybody doing their own thing and stuff, and I know who really
yeah. I've
the
been
real ones and
working.
not. I've unfollowed a lot of people because I'm like, no, I ain't see y'all in my room in a long time. But when I
I've been
know the
working.
reason and
Actually,
I
I'm at
see it,
work
I
right
already know
now.
the deal. Huh?
Yeah, I'm at work right now, and I just saw you live. I said, let me just come in for a minute because you have been supporting me. I don't go live as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I've been trying to go 3 days a week, but lately I've been only been trying to squeeze one day, and I took 2 weeks off a month ago. So yeah.
Hmm.
Star, I
Mhm.
just followed
I
you
love good
because
conversation.
you remind me of myself. I don't like drama. I don't like one-dimensional thought processes. I really respect people like that. Kevin, I meet some really dope people coming in your life because, she said everything I say. Just because you disagree with someone, you don't have to be disagreeable. It's okay. We all have different perspectives. It doesn't make you right or I'm wrong, because a
Hmm.
lot of this stuff, to be honest with you, is subjective.
Yeah.
Not too many people are out here doing research and pulling up everything, all the statistics. They just pull up things to fit their narrative. They're not doing deep research, though, for statistical purposes. That's why I was telling him, Black Guru, last night. I said, you don't even know all the men in the world to say men like women with long hair. I know men that like women with short hair. They think short hair is beautiful on a woman. It just some men like BBW, some men like small women. He was like men like women with big butts and small waists and big boobs. I'm like, sir, I know you can't be
Nah, less
serious
attention
right
for
now.
me.
But he really really believe every single thing he's saying, and there's nothing wrong with that because that's his platform. But for me, I was like, I respected him initially, but when he came for me on some personal stuff and we're talking about wigs, I was done with that because I'm like, you're emotionally unintelligent, just like the women that I talk to sometimes. You fit the same script because if someone don't agree with you, the first thing you do is now I'm going to attack you as a person. I'm going to attack your character, because at that point now you done lost the whole reason why you're on your live. You're supposed to be
Hmm.
talking about one thing and you're attacking me. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I said something that triggered you because I said you was hurt. A hit dog a holler. He was hit last night. He got completely ran over, smushed. That's why he started attacking me because I was real quiet. He's speaking soothing tones because I told him, I said, you're passive aggressive because you talk soft, but you're being rude. And
You
that's what
like,
I
don't
said to
come for
him
my
last night.
wigs. Don't come for my wigs. Look,
But I'm gonna keep
I'm
tapping a lot.
natural. And my hair is locks now, but I have wear my hair naturally. I used to have relaxer. I haven't had relaxer in years because I just cut my hair. I just choose. I'm tired with all these chemicals on my hair. My hair was not doing good. My hair is like different texture all over. So I was like, I'm done with that. But I do wear wigs. Sometimes I want to look different. Maybe I want to put on a blue wigs or whatever. So that's just me. So I just don't understand. We so many of us would come in here. That's what I love about TikTok. TikTok, you meet so many people from all over the world. We are different background, nationality. We speak different language. We have different skin tones, and we can all come under one roof, under one place, and be able to have conversation and dialogues. And that's what I love about it. Because maybe not in a million you would never meet any of these people, but we connect in so many ways. And that's what I love, good conversations. And some people, they don't like good conversation. I love good productive conversation. But when it comes to when people start attacking people, it makes no sense. She's not your girlfriend, she's not your wife, he's not your husband. We just meet on the app. Just
She
let's
is
just
my
have
girlfriend.
conversation.
She is my
And
girlfriend.
huh?
She is my girl.
Who is? Oh, OC. Is this OC?
Everybody.
The voice. I was like, OC, what's up? Sakpase OC. Yeah, and
Nabule.
it's crazy. It's crazy. And I just don't like I see great topic. I see people have great conversation, great topics, but I think some people just let it get too much to them and they get triggered by it. If the conversation is not for you, just exit the room. But you
Right.
have to have that emotional intelligence and be able in self-control to be able to tackle certain conversation. And some people they'll hear one word or one thing, they'll jump in. Like I was in somebody's live, I think it was yesterday, I was modding and someone jumped in there like, why y'all always talking about women? Well, if you have been, this is your first time here, you would wait, read the room. We also talk about men, we talk about women, we talk about men,
Right.
we talk about all kind of stuff. But people who listen from the outside, they hear one word and they don't like, and then they jumped in and they just ready to fight. They have their boxing gloves on. And those
Projecting.
type of energy, I'm like, y'all just got to go.
That's what I liked that live you had last time, man. So it was just like that. They did
Which
that
one?
same thing, go jump in on the woman part. I'm like, no, we literally talk about both. I just,
Oh
I liked
yeah,
it though.
we talk
I had
about
to go to
both.
bed. I was about to test some things up out there. You know, I say that.
I was modding for somebody's live the other day. They were talking about, biracial, interracial relationships or whatever. And if you've never dated anybody from different, hey, that's you. Look, I love my black man. I've dated out of my race before. I've dated one Hispanic guy before. It's no problem. And some people, the conversation is not for them, and just remove yourself, and just be able to be like, oh, this is racist. You guys are doing this, da da da. It's not even that. Let's just have a conversation, and let's talk about it. We do know people do date from outside their races. That's what's for you. That's what's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
OC, welcome in
Oh,
again.
see you in the building. That picture creeping me out, man.
Yeah, I was like, who is?
Wait, hold
He
on.
just done
You
put
said
spiders on the
no,
face now.
no. You said the picture is freaking you out.
It's creeping me out, man.
Oh, no, this is just stays on top's husband with stuff on his face. Nothing to worry
Oh,
about. Nothing to worry about.
I did see
Um.
you tag me in the video, but they both disappeared.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
What
yeah.
I wanted to
happened?
see.
I'm using different tactics. I'm using different.
Oh, okay, I get you. Okay, hey,
Um.
something must have happened. I'm not around. I must don't know there's a lot of stuff around these TikTok streets.
But
Not,
let's not bring that to this live.
I feel you. I feel you.
Um.
I feel
I want to give you your flowers first off. All right, because I feel like for the first time in my life, in your life, Kev, you're listening to the audience. You know what I mean? Because I've been telling you for months, I cannot read your topics because you
Come
had
on.
them in little small letters. You know what I mean? So as soon as I was swiping and I saw this and I read it and I could read it, I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is for me. You know what I mean? This is for your boy. So
I've
I
been
appreciate
trying, man. Trials and tribulations, man.
Hey, hey,
He's
hey,
learning.
I appreciate that, bro. You know what I mean? I
I
appreciate
hold myself accountable for that.
it. Facts, most definitely, most definitely. And I,
You was tearing me up about that every second. Like,
bro,
no.
it was so small. Like the words were so small, they were tiny. Um, is anybody else in the box seeing these words that are popping up on the screen every time you talk?
What? Oh no,
Uh,
you got to take the caption off. I think.
Yeah, they put the captions on now. That's so weird.
I know that it's so weird. I don't see it on this live, but certain live that I go to, I can see it. So I don't know
Hell
what it is.
yeah! What's the deal? Hey, that's the other guy I'm about to say y'all want to add too. Yeah, he real cool too.
But anyways,
That's
thank you for having me,
people on my stuff,
Kevin.
man.
Thank
Huh?
you for having me, Kevin, because I'm
Oh,
gonna head back to work because I'm just starting my shift now.
oh yeah,
But
for sure,
everybody,
man.
thank you for being here. OC, catch you later, Miss Boss Lady. I did
Already,
follow you back,
already. Hey,
and then
listen. Hey, listen, Star. Do me a favor. Save some lives tonight. You hear me?
hey, that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to save some live. Every night is a new night,
All
so
right.
yeah.
Bye.
All right, guys, have a good night.
All right.
You
Already.
too.
Okay, bye.
But Kev, Now what's that? Okay, cool. So let me read this now. The goal is to live and learn, not just live. The goal
Mhm.
is to live and learn, not just the goal. The goal is to live and learn, not just live. The goal is to
Vigo, you got it wrong already. See, it's
no
V.
that's why I'm repeating it over and over. You know what I'm saying? I got to the goal
There
is
you go.
to live and learn,
Hmm.
not just live.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfecto.
Mm,
Like that.
got you. Okay. Now I'm, I get it. I don't know. I just need more context.
I know I love making my stuff broad. I guess the point of me saying this though, or putting this topic, is because a lot of
Hmm.
people just feel like you just live your life, the YOLO life, and all that stuff, and feel like they
Right.
shouldn't correct anything about it or learn
Hmm.
from their mistakes and all that stuff. So people just like living life and don't know why why I'm going through these traumas or why I'm going, stuff like that. They don't take the time and learn. They just live it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah, you know what? Thank you for that, sir. I damn. I
Just
got
like I
you
just
now.
want to
I
put my
no
letters
no.
bigger.
Hey, yo, listen. I definitely learned something with that explanation. Now I get it. Certain individuals just coast through life. You know what I'm saying? Not learning from situations they're put in and repeating it over and over again. So you cannot live, but you have to live and learn. You smart, bro. You smart, bro. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm with you on
But them
that.
are the ones that have the hardest time though. The hardest time getting held accountable, which is my new room. I swear I'm gonna keep that like that. I'm keeping that in my background. They not used to that stuff. As soon as they get checked, it's a wrap. Like, oh man, what the heck? Why you telling me something? But if you took the time and learned yourself or understand yourself, then it wouldn't be a problem.
I think so. A situation happened with an individual, and so okay. I think there's a like for certain individuals, there's a there's the ignorance that plays part because certain people are living and they're learning, but they're choosing not to retain what they're learning. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? It's
yeah,
like, okay, cool. Sorry. Okay, cool. So it's like, all right, so boom, let me see. Okay, I don't want to use that same example. So, okay, let's say I ask you for a favor, right? And you do me that favor and a bet, boom. But I keep asking you for that favor, keep asking you for that favor. And it's like, bro, like, I feel you, but like, what have you learned, bro? Like, you keep asking for me to do these things, but at the same time, I know you can do it. So, how, like, are you? I know you're learning, but you're in a situation where this individual is keep on giving you these opportunities or whatever. So
taking
you're,
advantage.
you're naively not willing to learn from it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like you know how to do it, but you're like, yo, why do that when I could just, you know what I mean, just go to Kev. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
makes sense. I get what you're saying though. So some people do already know, and they just use that. Okay, I get
I
you on
mean,
that.
yeah, some people already know, but they choose not to. I mean, they choose not to take action in what they know because yeah, I'm saying why go 10 miles and figure it out on my own when I could just go like right up the street to Kev, like, hey bro, listen, let me borrow some used mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying?
What? I thought you use mayonnaise.
If you are paying attention or not, still point.
I put the laugh. I'm going to say 100.
But yeah, Nami. So what do you feel about that, Boston?
In regards to, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to multitask. I apologize. What you say? I'm sorry. Are you there?
You weren't listening to me. That's crazy.
No, it's not that I wasn't listening. I'm trying to do two things at one time. I apologize. I'm over here tapping lives over here multitasking in my home, and I wasn't paying all the
Oh,
attention.
not
So
so you was living. You wasn't learning.
Was living. You know, try to.
yeah, in that instance, I was absolutely living and not learning because I wasn't listening. See, I could take accountability. See how that works?
See that? See
Mm.
why? See why I love her, man.
You see how that worked, Panda Bear? I could take
I
accountability. I
feel
wasn't
that.
listening.
I think it's okay. You could call me OC. You know what I'm saying? You
Okay.
could, yeah, you call me OC.
Oh, he
All
gave you
right.
the real name. That's when you know he's comfortable.
You know what I'm
He rarely
saying?
get that name out like that.
Just take your shoes off before you come in. That's it.
That part,
That's
that
it.
part. But as far as what Kev got up there, live and learn
Mm-hmm.
instead of just living, I am definitely with that. I don't feel like I'm ever too old to learn. I'm always listening. I try to be unbiased. You know, I don't want to be one dimensional. I told Kev that I have a little Kev on my shoulder because he always wants you to see things from different perspectives and not be one dimensional.
Wait,
And I
wait, hold
appreciate
on.
that.
Where does he sleep? Where does this little Kev sleep?
He on my shoulder. He just be chilling. He be sitting right.
Oh, got you.
He just be chilling on my shoulder like a little good angel over there. So, I try to remember that everyone may not agree with what I say or what I do, but you can disagree without being disagreeable. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to learn anything. I'm a sapiosexual anyway. Teach me. I'm ready to learn.
Mm,
That's so right. Preach,
mm,
preach.
you like read me a book. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Bring me
Read it.
home.
Let's read it together. We could do
Right.
that.
Hey, let's get it. You
She was
know,
like,
hey, right. I feel it.
but she was like, I don't want you to bring me flowers. Bring me the newspaper.
Facts. I don't want flowers. I'm not a fan because they die and they get little bugs hanging around your house. So you're right. Bring me a book. We can read it. I'm cool with that. Let's
Oh,
get
see,
it.
you wasn't
Let's
supposed to
figure out
agree with
how to
that. I just
do it.
noticed that. Talking about some facts.
Oh nah, bro. But your head is kind of big though. I ain't gonna hold you. It's all
It's
love
all
though,
right,
but
man.
you know what I'm
It's
saying.
all right, man.
It's a
Hold
little up
me
there.
accountable real quick.
It's a little up there. No, I mean, I, no, I mean, whenever I get my hair braided up, I be feeling myself. So,
Mm, a Funko Pop. What's that?
oh, a Funko Pop. You don't know what a funk? Hold on, hold on. Let me go grab the picture. Hold on, so you
Oh,
know
man.
what a Funko Pop.
That sounds like it's gonna be funny. It's like a Pez toy or something. They had that big head and then the skin. What's the deal? CD in a bit. I can't wait till my man's get 1,000 followers, man. He been in here for a minute supporting me. Be want to hear his point of view, man. He be in his boy chilling, man. Oh yeah, my picture, that picture you gave me. Where that at? I still got it too. I kept it on my what you call it? Yeah, I kept that. I got it in my phone. Okay, if I saw you in the other live, that accountability trip tonight was lit. Yeah, right. Is that the one I came out with? You made that one?
There it is, Kev.
That's me?
Yeah, big head, little body.
I wonder I ain't got look like that. What? Let me show you the one AJ baby. Oh yeah, CD, you already know, man. Not many people like me for real, man. They do not like when especially if that accountability thing. I was again. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. I'm just saying, everybody want to speak. I was mentioning on the other live. Everybody want to speak on this unity thing, but how we gonna unite if none of us can get held accountable? That don't make sense.
Mm,
Bro, it seems like people are more for the divide than bridging the
Oh,
gap. That's what I'm seeing, because
yeah, I
people
feel
have
you.
an agenda that they want met on their, platform. They want to
Mm.
keep everybody divided, and it's sad. We know there's a problem. What's the solution?
mm.
Mm.
Hey, Kev, if you want the drama to come in here, just let me
No, no,
know.
no, 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 no,
Wait,
no, 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 no.
who is that? Is that that's you?
That's the one AJ made for me.
AJ, no, yo, listen, AJ is disrespectful because AJ didn't give you your neck tattoo, bro. She should have put the neck tattoo up there.
I'm a businessman. That's what. Where my lips at? What the heck is
No,
notice that?
facts.
What the?
Now, you,
Oh, there you go,
now,
AJ, right here.
now, she forgot the mustache and all that.
Right. Been taking all these many years. I'm 30 some years old,
Look,
just getting this little mustache and.
look. Okay, I understand he got a tattoo. I also missed the patch, but Funko Pop wouldn't let me put it up there.
Yeah.
Alright? But
Well,
I had to make fun of him because he was wearing a tuxedo shirt on live.
I mean,
So, that's
well,
why he in a tux.
now, well, listen, AJ. Now, I mean, you could have downloaded another app. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Drew in the beard and all of that, but no, you didn't. You got lazy.
Hell yeah.
Now, I mean,
You
I'm
gotta
sorry.
pay
Let
me
me not
for
say
the
beard. Be-
artistry.
Now, I mean, let me not say beard because Kev does not
Look, his
have a
little
beard.
pencil stash,
I got a
Right,
little
right.
something, man. Come
his little
on,
peach
man.
fuzz. His
Yeah,
little
yeah.
peach fuzz. He probably been growing
It
since
took
he
me
like
30 something
15.
years, but hey.
Kev, Kev just started growing hair on his face, like what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that's how I feel. No, I was used to be desperate with the facial. I was getting tired of the baby face, man. I
So,
used to
so
be taking
Kev,
these little these what's it, B1 pills or something. I was like, no, I heard this make your nails and your hair grow. I was
Now,
taking everything, putting grease on
so,
my face.
now
I
you was
was desperate.
taking, now you was taking fish oil pills like you were pregnant.
What the heck is that?
Fish.
Oh no, I never heard that one. No, I never did that one. I know it was the B1 vitamins or something like that. And then I was
oh,
what's the other one? And I used to
you
put
taking
grease on my
biotin?
face.
So I got a question, Kev. Is the reason why you so small is because you in between your haircut right now?
Damn.
Because I notice you be real big every time he be getting like every time you get a fresh cut. You ever notice he be like the whole screen?
Don't do that, man. Petty got me like that too, folks. That mean my hair ain't cut. I'm about to get louder, man. Yeah, I don't care. I
Damn,
rock my
Kev.
hair.
Damn, Kev, you gonna allow that? That's crazy.
Yeah, my brother is like, love
That's
you, Kev.
Petty
I'm a
got me like
brother.
that too. He's like, that's how you know his hair cut. He got the box real big.
Yeah, real big. He be the whole damn screen.
bro. Look at this cut. Facts.
I didn't even notice that too. That's what make it funny.
What's that person's name?
What the heck?
Tarzania? Tarzan? Tar-
Tiziana.
Tiziana, yes, thank you. Hello to all.
What's the deal?
Hello.
Z.
I just come back from a bike ride. It was kind of windy, but sun was out. Day
Mhm.
26, raw vegan, doing
I was just
great.
about to ask what day you on.
26,
Okay, okay,
yes,
okay.
four shy from one third of the journey, right? It's almost a
Mm-hmm.
month.
you want some chicken?
Not really.
I'm missing.
It's like the meat thing, especially like it was like the first 2 weeks, it was kind of a struggle, because I was cooking. My kids, they're still, they do 50 veggie and 50 cheese and meat, but it was a struggle. But now it's just like, nope. It just, my body just asks for those stuff, I'm used to it.
I mean, I'll
Hmm.
order use some Chipotle right now.
No, no, you can have it. But thank you
Look,
anyway.
Oh
It was
speaking
a
dang,
of
kind
Petty
oh
gesture.
dang,
saying
I
that she
gotta
goes,
go.
somebody just talked
I
about
mean,
my haircut.
I
They
gotta
knew I ain't had
go.
no haircut today.
I gotta go, Kev, because I forgot to call Petty back, and damn,
Uh oh.
Robert,
You already
Robert,
know how you got. Yep.
What about Betty? Hmm?
uh,
Hmm? What about Betty? Huh?
I forgot to call you back.
Damn sure did, but it's cool. Just had
Nah,
me.
my bad. I was getting my hair done.
It's cool. I get it. I get it. It's just it's payback for as many times I say I'll call you back and then I forget to call you back and I end up on somebody's panel. It's cool. I get it. I
I,
understand.
I mean, I hear this. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I mean, I hear the sarcasticness, so it's cool. I
I could have
definitely
been
hear the sarcasm.
unalive on the side of the road somewhere,
But yo,
waiting for you to call me back.
we like 10,000 miles apart. So why wouldn't you call 911?
I'm just saying, cause what? They're not gonna get there as quick as you are.
Are you serious? We
Hello.
like
No,
ten
not at
thousand
all.
miles apart. You in Wisconsin.
Yo,
That's
chill
some
out,
true,
Otis. I'm definitely not
true
in
loyalty
Wisconsin.
right there. I got you.
I
I'd
The
have
got
been
you.
whole
I'm
like,
on the
airplane.
way.
yeah, I'd have been like, yeah, I got you. It's gonna take me like 9 hours.
Not a
I'll be right there.
problem. Not a
I'll
problem.
wait to bleed out. I
Bro,
got
I'm
you.
Right,
trying to
right, facts.
just
What?
go live real quick. Just let me know you're on your way. Like,
I can't go live because I got banned on both pages.
that's
Oh
ridiculous.
man.
Yeah,
Ouch.
yeah.
Listen, I went on vacation. I left him alone for a week, and this is what happens.
Do you like my picture?
I texted you 4 hours ago and says, and I was like, yo, who is that? Like, who
Oh,
is
this
that?
is stays on top husband
Bruh,
with jizz on the face.
yo, something told me that that's what it was. And I was like, no,
Oh yeah, we got to use different tactics. Different tactics.
I'm weak. Hey, Kev.
Hold on, let me make it bigger. Sorry.
What's the deal? What's the deal?
I see you not light skinned today. Your box a little
So
little.
what's the topic
Cause
today?
he didn't get his haircut. He didn't get his haircut.
You peep game too, right? Whenever he get his haircut and he all crisp, the screen is all him and he all in it touching himself. Can't tell him nothing
Come
extra
on.
light skin and stuff.
You see, you making him feel insecure. That's why he's covering his head.
Hold up.
And then,
There it
Now,
is.
anyways, guys, I gotta.
Hey, let me go get the magnifying glass. Let me see
look, the
something.
No,
allergy
don't
right
don't
there.
do that. Hold up, I gotta change my voice for this too. Hold up.
Look,
Don't worry about that. My
Hey,
bad. Now, anyways,
I'm so done.
hey, yo, how come the voice changer works on all of y'all stuff, but it don't work on mine?
Because they don't want you to be great.
that's
Yo,
because I got a soundboard.
oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yo, is that jizz on his glasses too? Yo, I'm
Yes,
done. I'm
yes,
yo,
but look at his bottom lip though. It's on the
I
bottom lip
saw
too.
that part and I was like, yo, is that on his glasses too, bro?
Big
That's
facts.
That's crazy. Y'all know. Well, I'm not trying to hear that on this lot, but I'm saying I gotta be updated because it seemed like y'all must have fell out. That's crazy.
you think, Kev? What was
Yeah,
the
think
first
right.
clue?
I know, but I figure it out later when y'all update me.
No, it
All
was
of us splitting apart. That's crazy.
You
yo,
know when you at war, sometimes you gotta switch up your tactics. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, all three. All three of my main pages. Yeah, this is the profile picture.
Oh,
yo, that's bro. Fuck it, fuck it. It
I
is what it
I
is.
know what's gonna.
It is what it is.
I I already know what's gonna. Hey yo, I swear, yo, she's so petty, bro. She's so petty, dog.
where y'all get that? I seen y'all had the little picture with Moses on there.
Oh yeah,
On
oh yeah. That was like some friendly banter stuff.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like auntie, like you supposed to be in the house. Yep, there you go.
right that one.
I
I
told you
just
to.
was in Moses Live. Miss Met was
Mm,
going in on somebody, so I had to change my picture to that. Cause
Hmm.
that's how Miss Met was coming for the girl.
Right.
I was like, there you go.
yeah, I was in there for a couple of seconds and left out.
Hey, what's
Listen, I
up?
use this picture in my real life. Like the kids act up, I send them this picture. They know what time it
Facts. Facts.
is. Like real life. Stop playing with me.
How else
But
are they? How else are they gonna know it's real?
I'm trying to tell
You know
you.
what I'm saying? How
If I send
else?
you this picture, you know what's going on.
Nah, facts. I mean, Kev. If you want to make my screen big, you can. You know what I'm saying?
Kev, don't look.
no, I feel like you up to something.
Look.
I'd rather not.
Oh wait, wait. I thought she was Russian.
That's how I live and learn.
Look.
I,
Way to bring it back there, Kev. Look at you.
no facts. I like that.
I see what he did there.
I
If
thought.
I ain't learned OC by now, that's a problem.
I thought. I thought Tarzan was Russian.
So my name is not Tarzan. If you don't know, I'm gonna tell you what it is. But it's kind of, that's not my name. So my name is Tiziana.
Can I call you T?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna forget it.
Yes. Yes, you may, but no
Okay.
Tarzan or
I thought
whatever.
I, mean, I thought you were Russian.
You fought wrong, dude.
Okay, so are you gonna like correct me or?
Do I need to?
Okay, I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
Are there
Okay.
subtitles for everybody, or is it just me?
Oh no, it's for everybody.
Oh, okay. Is that like a new thing that's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So hey
Kev,
Kev. Let me ask you a question. Is T Russian or no?
Um, I never asked her ethnicity. I just thought about that. I never asked her.
Okay. Nah, cause that accent. I mean, that
The
accent was
accent,
spot
yeah,
on.
I know.
Yeah, I
I
thought.
don't even know what is fairy tale. Oh no, okay, I do know her. Okay, she Australian? No, I don't know. I guess I don't be
Don't
keeping
hurt
up with
yourself,
people's
Kev. Don't hurt
backgrounds.
yourself.
I just know it's an accent.
It's okay,
um,
Kevin. It's okay, Kevin.
I would have thought more Swedish, but I could be wrong.
So, who's next? Live and learn.
No, no. Well, I already gave my
All right.
explanation.
Oh yeah, yeah. You did it, and that was a good one too.
I appreciate it, Kev. Every black
any
man needs his
subject
flowers.
tonight of the conversation?
Is
You said what? Say it again.
Any subject? What's the subject tonight?
To above my head. So the goal is to live and learn, not just live. So I give you, since I made it so broad, I know I got to explain a little bit, right?
Okay.
There's many people that just be living life just to live it. They live that YOLO type life and they don't never learn from their mistakes. And they rather, same think everything happening to them and all that and don't know why it's happening to them. So they rather blame somebody else and that they're not learning from their mistakes, right? So that's the whole point I get to.
Well, if they don't learn from their mistakes, isn't it just a pattern? Like, are they just repeating the same
They just
pattern
living.
over and
They
over again?
just living,
It's
right?
just, it's wild.
Yeah,
yeah.
and
That's
it's
like,
So
crazy. People is like that
that's,
for real. It's crazy. And as soon as you try to check them, they feel like you bashing them. They feel like
right.
it's wild. So
So can I give an example, Kev?
yeah,
Okay. So it's like if I come on them, if I knock on your door, Patty, right, and I'm like, hey,
mhm.
can I use your deodorant? And you're like, yeah, sure, of course. But I'm
Wait,
keep on asking you to borrow your deodorant like every day, and you're giving it to me. So it's like I'm just living. You know what I'm saying? Because you're letting me use a deodorant, so I don't have to learn nothing. I don't gotta go to the store. We share
I'm, I'm,
deodorants.
I'm just gonna
You know
tell
what I'm
you to
saying?
keep that, my boy. You just keep that. You, you hold on to that. That is now yours. Um,
Wait, so you don't believe in
don't bring it
sharing
back.
deodorants?
hey,
Uh,
what?
no, no.
Get a rash out of nowhere. Like what? Who's
How about no man, how about peanut butter jar?
got
How
somebody
about
else's
peanut butter
must under my
jars?
must? What the heck?
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Even though you
I
should
don't
wash
believe in
your
sharing.
underarms,
For me,
but still.
sharing is not caring.
How about peanut butter jars?
Hmm.
You can keep my peanut butter jar. Like if I give you something, if you ask for it, you just keep it. Just you need it more than me.
Oh no, I'm not asking for it. I'm asking to use it, to utilize it.
I'll mail you my peanut butter. Is that what you want,
No,
Lucy?
no. I don't want your nasty ass peanut butter.
It's the
Um,
chunky kind.
I know, but it probably has raisins in it.
No, that's not potato salad.
No. You got raisins in everything.
Why is it you got first of all, you know what, Otis? Now you got me calling your real name in
you
public.
you put raisins in lasagna.
That ain't his
Ew.
real name, is it?
Yes, his real name is Otis. I don't know
Yo,
why people think
shut
I'm playing.
up, yo. I keep telling you, chill out with that, man. Like you gonna be in the wrong room saying my name. Like, come on, chill, B, chill, relax,
Okay, my bad.
relax.
Well, Kevin not gonna tell nobody else. There's only 9 people in here. They're not gonna
What
think
that
nothing.
mean? Nine people. All it take is one.
Oh,
We
well
got to
then
probably say, one of his enemies up in here. We found out.
we know his
Facts,
name. It's Otis.
facts. I mean, because because I know after today, me and T are definitely enemies for sure.
What?
Oh, where are you from? What borough are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay, I'd say less. Okay, I just needed to know.
Why you don't like me because I'm from Brooklyn? That's crazy.
No, I actually like you a lot better because my girlfriend's from Canarsie, so my best friend, so we good.
Okay, cool. Let's read a book together for sure.
What if he would have said the Bronx?
I would
Then
have
you would
had a
have had
bit.
an,
I would have
Oh
had a
wait,
bit.
mm-hmm.
I'd have
oh
had a
wait,
bit.
hold on. What if who would have said the Bronx?
If you would have said the Bronx, Otis.
Don't ever in your life disrespect me like that.
You heard me tell her I said I would have been upset. I'd have felt
Right,
the way.
right.
Just so we're clear, the Bronx is where we draw the line.
No, big facts. Don't ever
Okay.
disrespect me like that, B.
What about Harlem?
Listen, I'm from
You just
Brooklyn.
you just suck your teeth.
Yes, I did.
I get it. I understand. Me and my
Yeah,
husband have
I
the
just
same
call
conversation
you
because he's from Queens.
Cletus. What? Who is this individual on the bottom?
Who's
Man,
calling you
this page
Cletus?
done open a whole nother door. People was paying attention. They
Right,
wasn't black.
right. Who is the real fork? Who is the real fork?
They don't. They don't never pay attention to me. Now they want to listen.
All right. The chat is moving today.
Hey,
So
listen.
we
I mean, hey, listen, real spoon. You better relax.
I done gave grade A
Spock,
advice and nobody's listened to me. That's horrible.
Wait, hold on. What?
the real Spock. It's not Spoon.
Oh no, I know it's not spoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You right, Kev.
that stuff broke up. I don't know what you say. You said something and it broke. I
This
heard
live is on. It's lit today. Everybody in here got jokes today.
it. Right.
Hey, yo, spoon. Hey, yo, spoon. What you got to say to me, spoon? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
You should never say your name, so I say, hey, Cletus, Cletus,
And why you say that name so high pitched though? Why you why
Oh,
you
you
raise
didn't
your
see the
voice
movie?
like that?
You ain't see the movie? You ain't see the movie?
Nah. Now what movie?
Tyler Perry movie?
Oh nah
Cletus?
nah 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 nah. I ain't seen that movie.
I thought
Not,
you was
not
talking about
Tyler
Nutty
Perry.
Professor.
No, 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 not Tyler Perry. Nutty Professor.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
I got you.
You
I
went from Tyler
I
Perry to
got you.
Nutty Professor. Do it. Eddie
Eddie Murphy.
Murphy. Yeah, almost messed up.
Don't hurt yourself, Cat.
I'm about to say Eddie Gordo. I'm talking about a video game. Oops.
Hey yo, Petty, start some drama in there so we can get some people.
No.
Do that on Cat's page. He too wholesome.
Oh she wait.
All
Oh
right,
wait,
Boston.
hold on. Wait, wait, wait. Hey yo, you know what? Never mind. I'm over here whispering. Never mind. Wait, T, are you black? Because your complexion changed when you was inside from outside.
Oh, that's a new one. How do I look?
Oh my god, she didn't even answer it. That's crazy.
Oh, I missed you guys so much.
Nah, you did it because you prioritize your family.
You damn right. Listen, I'm a real person. I went on vacation.
I
I
don't
put my
care.
phone down.
I don't
I'm
care.
not. I didn't care.
Listen, I don't care about your reality, B.
I should have been. I should have been on TikTok on my
Yes.
vacation.
Yes. Now,
Nah, son.
listen, follow the lead of Patrick. Okay, follow the lead of Auntie Patrick. When you're
I
on the
can't do it.
beach, go on your phone and talk to TikTok. Follow his lead.
Nah, I was too busy, soaking in the rays, my feet in the sand, all of that fun stuff. I was playing with the kids in the waves and stuff.
Hopefully you got some color.
I did get a little. You know what, Otis?
Nah, I'm just saying.
No, Cletus, Cletus.
I'm not clear anymore. Okay.
Put your
Said,
put
let's
your
get
fo-
that clear.
put your forearm in the
I knew
camera.
you was gonna say that.
Put your forearm in the camera.
Hold on, I gotta take Moses down.
What Moses? Oh,
You see, I got a little color. Can you see my color? See it? See it? See it?
wait, where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh, damn, you could pass.
I'm
She's
trying to tell you,
transparent.
I'm in there.
She's
I'm
transparent.
in
That's crazy.
there,
She told me I'm
She's
light
a
skinned.
part.
She transparent. That's crazy.
She's a part of the
sir.
community for like 3
Sir,
weeks.
I got color. My color leaves
I just
me
seen the roof.
like mid fall.
She could be. I mean, she could be a part of the community for the next 3 to 4 weeks.
I'm trying to tell you. Listen, I can only celebrate Black History Month for half the month.
Right. That's funny.
Hmm.
The winter come is over.
Man, what winter come? I am clear. Like you can't see me at
Clear
all. It's
eyes.
horrible. And then my freckles pop out. It's disgusting. It's horrible.
Leona, what's the deal?
Oh, Kev, does your nose get all red? Like, do you get red in the winter? Because I do.
Huh?
Do you get red in the winter? Or like a
Uh,
pinkish?
no, I don't get that far. I mean, sometimes. Yeah,
Mm.
sometimes I ain't that bright though.
You trying to throw shade just right then?
No, talk about me. I'm just not that bright. I was saying.
Oh,
I
so
think
I'm,
I'm
I'm fighting this
white, but
battle
I'm
by
not.
myself.
He said, if you're not gonna join me, you're going against me.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I get it. I get it.
Okay, I got you.
Wait,
I get a little
wait,
red
Kev, you got some.
when I smack
Wait,
my
Kev,
arm.
you got some. You got some white bread. In your system.
Some white bread? No, no.
No. I thought you had a little bit of cracker up in your system.
Yo, I can't stand him.
Nope.
I don't
Black
know.
on
He
black
Wait,
might
hold
crime
on.
have.
Let
right
me
there,
see.
man. Black on black.
Let me see if this is gonna repeat everything I say. Hello, 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 Moto.
Yo,
Hello,
yo,
hello,
I can't.
hello, hello. Oh,
Hello,
okay. It
lady.
has like a 5 second delay.
My grandson is really yellow. He burned bad. Oh my.
I don't know how that go. That'd be worse.
You see, that's why I need to have a kid with a chocolate sister, because if the sun get any closer, you guys are done.
Oh
Hold on
my.
though, but you got light skin in your family though. So just because your child's mother might be, you know, darker
It
skin
don't
does not
matter.
mean.
Yo, listen. I know how this works. You don't. All right.
What are you saying? My
Like,
daughter, Lily and JoJo dad is dark. My genes are just stronger. That's why they high yellow too.
right, right. You think I'm gonna deal with somebody whose genes are stronger than mine?
That's wild. Maybe you never know.
No. I'm gonna ask to see all her baby pictures, all her mother's pictures, and all that. I'm gonna see if her genes are that strong.
You make me sick, bro.
Cause I ain't. Yeah, I'm not messing with that. My baby gonna look just like me.
So you got them super strong genes.
Nah, big facts. You see
I
me
will.
now. You see me standing side by side with my niece.
I did. I saw that the one where you had her in the headlock.
Yep, that.
Yep.
Yep, that
Mhm.
part. Cause I ain't never
He
letting go
said
of that
that part.
girl. She ain't going nowhere.
I was like, what did she do?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
So,
Mm-mm-mm.
now be so petty. So since
Yo.
people, I mean, can you answer me this question?
Oh God.
Does it
Sure.
look like when she was inside from outside?
Well, yes, because it was darker inside her house.
Okay, so Nami, so are we thinking she's Caucasian or no?
I was thinking maybe more like Portuguese.
A Portugal?
Yeah, from El Portugal.
Okay, okay. I mean, hey, Nami, you
She's
could.
like, I'm gonna just let y'all figure it out.
I mean, you could be onto something. Nami, you could be onto something.
I don't think she's gonna tell us.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. I like talking around people. So
Yo, I just seen Kev's backdrop. Why you got the most light skinned cover photo as your
yeah, like what are you looking at in that picture, bro? What are you looking at?
I
Now,
got
what are
the
you
wrong
looking at?
people in here, man.
What are you
Kev,
looking
what?
at in that picture, Kev?
Cause you look like
Cause
you
you
was
look
deep inside.
strong.
That's the face I make when I'm thinking and stuff, man. That's what it is. So I had to put it in my background, man.
So
Hey,
did
That's
Kev,
you
my
mo-
take the
famous face.
picture, or did you have somebody else like, hold on, let me put my think face on, take
I
this
mean, he
picture real
took
quick.
it. He took it.
He took
I
the
took it.
selfie.
Yeah,
I took
it's
it.
a because you could see his hand on his chin, so he
Oh
thought he was
yeah,
doing something. Yep.
yeah.
What the?
I
Let
mean,
me look
and I
off
bet he took that. I mean, he took that like 25, 30 times probably.
Big J.
before you got the right one.
Second,
It was like
two
this is
two
it right here.
times. I just took it. Let's say I put something in the background.
The
Different in
first
the building. What's the deal, man?
the first one was probably a little ashy.
Gang, 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 gang.
Oh,
Wait, what? Hey, we're hey, listen, you're free now. You're not in jail no more. You're free.
gang gang. What
Bang,
gang?
bang.
Yes,
This is
yes,
not
yes.
the yard.
You could
This
take
is
the
not the
scarf
yard.
off.
Trust me, this is not the yard. You're free now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
Oh my,
Boo.
not her. Who the heck is? I was scared. Like what?
I'm
Now my
telling
room about to jump
Kevin
up to 26,000.
real
Yes,
quick.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
Ice cream.
Bubbles.
Right.
Yo,
It's
did y'all
crazy
see
because
her
I
break
caught on to her
character?
before she got popular. But I actually recorded. I'm like, who is this? And then not a recent these past couple weeks, she just and then had her out here doing her thing. She make a lot of money, man.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't know how I feel about it because number one, on her other website, she portrays herself to be like a 15-year-old girl. And then
Right.
on here, she gives the illusion that she's 19, when in all actuality, you're like a 25-year-old grown ass woman. So it's like, who are
Mm,
you doing it for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing that rubs me the wrong way. Like, so you are intentionally asking predators to come in and bother you, like
that's
it,
crazy.
and you a mother too. That just creeps my soul just a little bit. You know what I
A
mean?
pure example of people doing anything for money, man.
You
um,
know, maybe, a lot of
you want to talk
people,
about
they
it?
just, the first thought is the money. So they chase the money. They don't even put 1 second to think about the rest of the deal, you know?
Oh, facts. That's
Mm.
wild to me.
You think there's something wrong with having relations with children?
Wait, what the fuck?
What?
What? There's definitely
What?
something wrong
Yo,
with having.
what? Wait, hold on. What?
What? What?
What are you talking about?
Is it worth discussing?
The
No,
discussion is
no,
not
we're
right.
not discussing that.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
Did I
You know
miss it?
what?
You got to realize
No, no. Hold on. Hold on.
we as
Who
human beings have to realize that the world that we live in, you know what I'm
who asked
saying?
that question? Wait, Nelly, who
We
asked
may
that
not
question?
condone the stuff that's going on, but we should definitely be
Who's
educated to the
speaking?
stuff that's
Who's
going
speaking
on.
right now? Who's
But that's
speaking
just
right
me.
now?
Different.
Okay.
Must
Okay,
be the guy up
listen.
top. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Listen. So I'm not gonna hold you. When you ask that question, just like everybody else, like, wait, what? Like, yeah, I mean, because it just hit you from left. Like, who wants to discuss that, right? But it hit me because I was with my homegirl. Yeah, I mean, doing my hair, and then we was talking about the dog. The dog had his balls on the wood floor because it was hot. No, listen, I'm going
Nah,
somewhere.
serious.
I'm going somewhere. Listen, the dog had his balls on the floor because it was hot. And then so my homegirl was like, yo, the dog is just cooling off. Like, wouldn't you do that? I was like, I wouldn't go on the floor, but like, yeah, let's not talk about this. Right? So it was me, her mother, and her two children. And she was like, wait, but what's the problem? We can't talk about balls and vaginas? Like everybody has it. Why is everyone so uncomfortable? And I was like, damn,
Right,
yo, you right. And I mean, you're right.
right.
Like, why can't we have this conversation? Now, bringing it back to this. This is crazy because I would never have a conversation like that. But maybe there's somewhere that there needs to be a conversation had about that. I'm not having it.
I think there should be
I'm
because it's
not having it.
happening. It's to the point where it's trafficking out this bitch. Like what the fuck?
No, I know, but trafficking and the question that's crazy.
They're
What
all
was the? I
mixed up.
missed it. What was the question he asked?
It's all mixed up together.
Okay, go
It
ahead
was
and
the way
ask the
you
question
asked the
that you asked, Yo
question,
Kev.
like it was nothing wrong with it.
No
But
The way
facts.
you said it. You're like,
no,
what?
you
There's
said
something wrong with
ask the
that? It's the way
question.
you said it.
It threw us all
I
off.
know.
Like, wait a
No,
minute.
I did not. I asked it like there was. Excuse me. I asked it like there was everything wrong with it. That's why I was like, because no one wants to discuss it. But I think it
Now,
should. It's a discussion that should be had.
now go
I
ahead and
believe it.
let me go ahead and
I
ask
think
the
we should
question again
discuss
so
shit like
Kev
that.
can hear it.
Right.
Let me see if I can remember how I asked it.
Tell that wasn't
I would
genuine.
have said, yeah, because it was off the top. It was
Off
off the
top,
top.
yeah, I feel you. I get you though. Yeah, it's different.
It was some shit like
Hey yo, Kev, wait, hold on, Kev. Hey yo, make your box big, cause I want to see your reaction.
yeah, you stupid.
Yeah, I gotta see the face for this one.
All right, go ahead.
I said, Doctor, do you think there's anything wrong with people?
Come on.
That
Having
Do
must be
sex
you
with
remember
serious.
some of the question? Can someone help me out?
No, bro.
So,
it was
No, it
jog
was
my
it
memory.
was your
Someone jog my
question.
shit.
the
Jog my
question
memory.
was
No,
the, no,
Petty.
no
You
what?
gotta let him do. It was his question.
Oh,
But give me something so I can remember it. How
it
it
Bro,
was
started?
about
How the
what?
question started? How it started at least?
Wasn't it talking about the girl that was doing the yes, yes, yes?
no
It
the
was talking
question.
about children, period, and how adults look at children compared to adults. Because the thing is,
No,
you can have a undeveloped adult that has a child's brain, but she's an adult and have sex with her. And excuse me, well, yeah, you can say sex with her, and then how is that? Isn't that the same thing as pedophilia? Now, if
that is
her
not what you
body's
said, bro.
undeveloped
That is not
and
what you
her
said.
mind is
That was
is
that
there,
was not
is that
how the
pedophilia?
question came out.
Do
That
you
was not
understand?
what
That's
you
not how
said.
it came out.
I know, I
That's not how
know,
it came out.
I know. Those are different questions. Those are different questions. I was saying
Oh,
that this is where I was heading with it because this is the understanding behind the whole thing. But I had to understand that if people wanted to talk about it before I start throwing out those type of questions. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit sounds crazy. It sounds sick. So
Yeah, it
I had
sounded
to
wild.
understand if we wanted to talk about this
I,
first before I could even get into it.
That's funny how you said that too, because I be saying I say it's something not like how you put it though, but it's something I was like, what make people think just because you 18, right? That because the law tell you grown at 18, right? But it is like
Right,
a lot of people that just ain't got it in the head. That's like a little kid and that's like 20 something years old, or it might be somebody that's younger that's older than and it's wild though. And I'll be like, how do you really define who adult is? You know what I'm saying? And who, that's
right.
gonna be weird.
Mental.
but
But the
wait,
law be like
no,
18. That's a
bro.
kid. That's a. I mean, that's a
Okay,
Right, because
adult.
they'll trial you by your mind, no matter how young you are. They'll be like, his mind is of an adult. So if you have a mind of an adult, but yet a child's body, is that pedophilia? Or if you have a child's mind,
Yeah, the
but an
mind
adult's
of adult.
adult's body, is that
I feel like
Wow.
I think there's a major difference between children and somebody being childish.
what's the difference?
bro, what?
Mentality?
Well, and the other one is just childish. Like they do kids
Their
like
mind,
shit.
their mind. I'm talking about based on
I'm
mentality.
glad
They
y'all talk
behave
about
like
this.
a
So
child because their mind is of a child.
I got a question
So
then. So
let me.
what
So
what making the daughter an adult and the child a child? I want to know this. I've been always wanted to
Woo!
figure
Let's
this
get into
question out.
that. This is how fucking
Because most men under 40 are childish. So there you go. So what's up with
I
that?
know. That's what I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to see what makes an adult an adult. Because besides this law, because law just put whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that don't mean law because they make it law. They don't make it right too. I just want to really know what make a child a child and what make an adult an adult.
I mean, I don't think there's no way to just take away the law from this whole thing, bro, because it definitely plays a part.
Okay, so here go another one. Then you say if okay if they 18, right, or as soon as they because this remind me of like it actually reminds me of when people be talking about this marriage thing where as soon as you sign a paper all of a sudden you got the mentality of marriage all of a sudden, which sounds so fake and not genuine to me. So I look at it the same way, like as soon as you turn 18, now I'm just grown, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me because it's like it don't seem genuine. It seems like it kind of off, and I do feel like it got to be a mentality or a spiritual type thing in that
I definitely
situation
don't think I
or
was grown at 18. I don't think I became grown
I can tell you
until
right now.
until 30.
My girlfriend was a whole child.
to 30.
My
Okay,
ex
okay, I
girlfriend was
get
a
you. I
whole.
get you.
My ex girlfriend was a whole child. I was a peed out for my whole relationship. For my old ex relationship,
Wait,
I was a
what?
pee hole. Yeah, because her mind was a child. I'm just making a joke though.
Oh,
Her
yo,
mind was of a
hey
child.
yo,
So
hey yo,
I keep
you gotta
saying that.
add
Like,
context
damn,
to
I
the
feel
stuff
like
you say,
you
Yeah, I'm
bro.
about
know,
to say you gotta explain that junk fast. This is TikTok. You can't
So you
I
they
see
was
where
rewind
born
he's
some
with
coming
jokes
it.
up and
from.
you be done
I was
for.
just like,
I was about to report his
Well, I
page,
was grown
bro.
when I was 5. So
if you think about who you dating, aren't you dating the mind? Aren't you dating the personality or the mind, the person's mind? That's what you're dating, right? The
So,
character. So if that character is
mhm.
of a child and you get along with a child, boom, boom,
No,
boom.
bro, it's not a child. It's childish. It's childish. Now, I mean, so
I'm
okay.
gonna drop it like this.
S-
Look up
Wait,
M
wait,
A
wait.
P.
Hold on. Let me ask
Look
you
up
this.
MAP.
Let me ask you this. Um, somebody is. Let me throw an age out here. 15, right? 15. Their mind, like, is like of an adult. Like they're doing stuff. Like they're just on top of their game, like an adult should be, quote unquote. Are you looking at that 15-year-old like she's an adult because her mind is there?
Yeah, I think this best. I don't think this gonna come out right though, because this will get bent and twisted. So I'd rather not even. This is
Nah,
weird.
I just want him
But
to
I
answer
get
that
like
question though. I just want him to answer that question though.
Yeah, because like Kevin said, but emotionally, it's but logically, if I remove my emotions from the situation, logically, if the mind is of an adult, and you know what, I'm gonna give it to you even more raw. I
Not,
think the
bro.
Muslims
You
or
can't
some
change
type
it.
of
You didn't answer my question
whoa.
yet. You
I
can't,
Nah, son.
bro.
I'm elaborating into my answer. Just
No, no. I
relax.
don't need a dissertation. Okay. You know, a matter of fact, I'm gonna take my
my,
answer because you just said logically, and if she's mentally there. So basically, that's saying yes.
my 17-year-old is very
Basically,
mature for her age. My 15-year-old
Wait, hold on,
is
Petty.
very
Stop.
mature.
Hold on, Petty.
They still
Petty,
kids.
hold on. Wait, Petty, hold on. So, okay, just to elaborate, my question was about a 15-year-old mentally being mature, right? Would you still approach that? And you said what? Yes?
I said if logically, yes. Emotionally, that would it wouldn't feel right. It'd feel uncomfortable if something be wrong about it. And then I was going to elaborate even more because there's a religion that understands what I'm talking about.
That's crazy, dog. Hey, listen, I need to X myself out of this because this shit's about to get chopped up and screwed, and I don't want no parts of it. That shit is wild.
Get out your emotions, brother.
Nah, bro, cause you about
I
to
was about
be
to say,
Get out
you
on
your
can't do
what's
that
emotions.
that
because they
show?
did what you
Get
call
out
it the
What's
your
that
exact
show?
emotions.
same way.
Now what
You don't
I'm
want.
what's
That's
trying
that
to
show
tell you, you
called?
can't
all.
do that.
Get out your
That's what I'm about to
emotions.
say. You don't want to do that because they did the same thing. Because like sometimes that's what even like
Mm-mm.
Moses was doing, right? He did that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was trying to understand what he was meaning either, though. So it's like some stuff you really just can't talk about. Even though I know my
Right.
limits. I understand what
It's
you're
called
trying to say,
sensitive.
but I
It's
know
called
my limits.
sensitive.
Not
Some
to
topics
not
are
talk
very
about.
sensitive. This is
Yeah.
why they call them
You
sensitive.
can't right. You can't say stuff. You can't really say that on this app like that because, like, I'm about to say, Moses went through the exact same thing. He tried to prove a point, and nobody ain't gonna want to hear you're a pedophile or something like that. But that's why I don't try to talk about stuff like that, man. That junk ain't. Because even I can say even 18 don't make you an adult either. To me, I would say that either because that's still kind of weird too. Because some of them, they mind is not there. Just because you 18, that don't mean your mind there, and that'd be just as bad as talking to a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Bro,
bad
I
some
mean,
of
that's
these
what,
Let me explain
18-year-olds
that,
something
is.
to you.
that's why
but
I
Hold on,
made
here's
that,
hold
here's
on,
the
bro. Let me
that's why
question.
I
explain
made
something to
that
you.
joke.
I
That's
mean,
what,
let me
because
explain something to
I'm
you,
with a
bro.
whole
Hold on.
adult.
Ayo,
I was with a
different.
whole adult,
Ayo,
bro. But
different.
her
Ayo, different.
mind, bro, her mind
Ayo,
was of a
different.
child.
Ayo,
She
different.
was mad
Ayo, different. Let
immature.
me explain
She
something
didn't,
to you,
Because she was
bro.
childish.
bro,
Ayo, different.
bro, bro,
Ain't nobody on here
bro,
sensitive. If you're listening,
bro,
if you're listening to what you're
bro.
saying, bro,
Sensitive, don't,
you're having
you
a
are,
you're
you're in your
you're not
feelings. Because
breaking.
now you're
No,
taking
bro,
sensitive in a negative way. Now you're taking
listen.
sensitive in a negative, bro,
You're
Just
you're
let,
you
just
on
let,
sensitive
here.
to the
let's
Wait,
finish
topic.
real quick,
listen.
You
man.
cannot talk
You're
about
not
the topic without
explaining
feeling the
yourself correctly, bro. Now, I mean, you on here
Bro,
sounded,
I don't have to
bro.
explain myself correctly because it's
Honestly,
not my
yes, you
theory.
do,
It's not my
bro.
understanding. Like,
Yes, you
what are you
do, bro.
talking
Listen,
about? I
listen,
don't live
because
by
you're on this
this.
app
What are you
sounding like
talking
a
about?
pedophile. You're on
You
this app sounding like
see,
a
and
pedophile,
you
bro.
worry about how I sound.
You're
I don't care
literally
about
on
how
this
I
app sounding like a
sound.
pedophile right now, bro.
This is
Like,
wild.
that's the point.
You're in your feelings about
What?
fear. I don't fear who thinks I'm a
It
pedophile. I
it
know who
doesn't
I
matter
am,
about
bro. Like,
fear.
what?
It doesn't matter
Yes,
about
bro,
fear. I asked you a
you
question.
cannot talk about the situation
I
because you're
asked you a
scared that someone might
question
look at you as
about a
a
15-year
pedophile.
old, and
Bro,
then you
you
said yes
cannot
if her
talk about
mind
this
is there.
situation because
What?
you fear that
That
someone
makes
might
no
look at you
I
as
sense,
a
know if you
bro.
come near
pedophile.
mine,
That
you
makes
leaving in a
no
body
Be
count.
quiet.
sense.
Be quiet, Bridget.
That
Be
makes no
quiet.
sense, bro. That's crazy. Now, I mean, now see from what Moses said, I understood what Moses said from jump, cause because he articulated himself correctly, and I got that shit from jump. You're not doing that. You sound like a pedophile. Real talk. You sound like a pedophile,
Um,
bro.
I sound like a pedophile because I don't know my knowledge on P-file. You sound
What?
stupid. Yeah,
You
bro,
just
I don't
said
be
if the
talking about
girl,
this. I
you said
don't
if
be
the,
What?
talking about this like you and him, bro.
why are you
Y'all be
yelling?
all
What?
into it. I don't talk about this. This is
Why is
something
you
I'm like, yo,
yelling?
I heard
What?
this.
Why you
Y'all want to talk
screaming
about it?
for?
I don't have
Why you
extensive knowledge
screaming?
on this.
Why
Why would
you
I even want
screaming?
extensive knowledge on this? Sit
Why you
down, bro. Sit
screaming?
down. Sit down,
Listen,
Hey,
bro.
I
Why
it
you
tried to
came
warn
off,
you
screaming?
before you answer that question.
it came
And
off
now who's?
weird
I mean, and
as
who's in the You screaming at the top of your lungs right now, my boy. Relax.
See,
this
I
is
even
mean,
What
you're gonna be on
18,
that
that mean?
18, I
But
wouldn't
you
even
18-year-old.
trust that
sensitive
either.
right now.
Unless you
What that
18, I would,
mean?
be 18 with
What that
18, but I wouldn't even
mean?
trust that either
Come
because I
on,
still
that's
look at
Like
crazy.
18 as a
you
pedophile
trying
there's
to
because
a
they
talk
chapter
about,
mind ain't,
that
they stuff
bro,
ain't there
stop,
though.
bro.
there's
You
nothing that
should
a
knock it
40-year-old would
off.
have in common with
Stop
an
it.
18-year-old.
Just knock it off, my G.
Hey
Just
yo, hey
knock
yo,
off what
Petty.
you trying to do.
Hey yo,
Knock
Petty.
off what you trying to
Probably,
do.
probably he
Knock
needs
off
to
what
hear
you're
it from the
trying to
woman's
do,
voice,
bro.
Petty. So go
You're
ahead and
mad
talk.
sensitive. You're
So,
mad
Petty.
sensitive. Okay.
Petty.
You're
Petty. Go
sensitive.
ahead and talk
You're
to this
soft.
pedophile. He may
Okay,
need to hear
You're
from a
so
woman's
soft.
All
voice.
right,
there's
man.
You're
So I
so in
can't
your
hear nothing that's going
feelings, bro.
on.
You can't even talk about this, bro.
I
You
All
can't
mean,
even talk about this
right.
situation without feeling some type of way.
All right, so that's
You
where
what I said.
taking
Went's
We,
lunch
shots.
I,
was.
that's what
You
I was saying.
taking
This was
shots at
about
me
to. I
because
already knew this
I
was
want
gonna
to
go
have a
south before you even
conversation.
answered the question. That's
Like,
why
no, don't take
I seen
shots
this
at
two
me
miles
He
away
trying to stop
already.
it.
because we having a conversation. Why would you try to take shots at me because we having a
go
conversation?
ahead. Go ahead, Petty. Explain to the
Like,
pedophile.
miss me with
Go
that,
ahead.
bro.
Look,
Miss me with it.
first of all, how you first came in with the question was mad weird. Like it struck everybody like, damn, that's weird as fuck.
Okay?
Then when he came with the question like, so if the child is 15 or the girl is 15, but her
The
mind is
child.
if 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 she is legally 15 but her mind is like an adult, would you proceed, right? And you were like, logically yes, but and then you went into it. I have
See,
two
and
very
that's all you
mature.
heard was the yes part. That's it.
No,
Y'all
because
was
you
listening
said
to
you
respond.
said
Y'all wasn't listening
you
to
said
understand.
logically you
Because
said
all you hear
logically
was the
yes,
yes
but
part.
you would
All
feel
right,
you
so
would
what was the
feel
other part? What
weird.
was the other part?
You
What was
you
the other
also
part?
said you would feel weird because they're 15. It wouldn't be right because they're 15. It came off looking mad sus though, because That's like me saying my mature 15-year-old for 17, just because they don't act like typical teenagers. They're very mature for their age. If a grown man came at them, they'd be leaving in a body bag because regardless if they're mature, they're still children.
And I said, I went as far, if again, people are listening to understand instead of listening to respond. I said, there's religions that go
All right,
by
I
this. That
really
means there's a
learned
group
this
of
already. That's
people,
fine.
there's a group of people that believe in what this understanding. So before y'all start throwing stones at me, that's just bringing y'all the knowledge. There's this people that actually do this. And y'all mad at me because I'm reporting the news? Like, weird. Like, I'm just reporting the news. Calm down. Like, what's wrong
It
with
was
your
it was
man?
your
Be
it
sensitive.
I,
was your
Your man,
I tried to
your
warn
first
you not
initial
to
your
answer
question.
man
that.
sensitive.
Your
He
first
That was like,
initial question was, "Do you think it's cool
Not
if you sleep
news.
with kids?"
Everybody knows
That's why
about it.
everybody was like, "Whoa, wait, what? Pause, time out, huh?"
No, not everybody knows about it because I was talking to I think another room and I said there's a group of people that's called MAPs. They're like, what the hell is an MAP? And none of them knew what an MAP was. None of them. And they went and made it sound like I was crazy and I made up a whole group of people and I just talking out I'm like, oh, MG, it's crazy how we're uneducated. That's what's going on in this world. This is happening in our life. This is in reality and no one knows. That's weird. We're supposed to be
you
educating
gotta
ourselves
live
on
and
everything that's
learn what
going
and
on.
what not to talk about, even if you feel a certain way. That's why I
Look at how
wasn't
you
about
just
to.
brought that back,
Kev,
Kev.
Kev, I did
I
ask
see
you
what you
if
did
you
there.
want to, you know what I'm saying? It's
It
sensitive.
just sounds
You
like
know
you
I be coming,
defending it or
Kev,
you
you know,
thinking
Why
about
can't
it.
I
if
hear
That's what it
anybody
sounds
knows,
nobody?
like.
if
I can't
anybody
hear so
knows,
many
Kev
people
be
talking
knowing
at
when I
once.
come up with the topics. Kev be knowing, yo, different coming here with the topics. I be knowing, Kev knows. Like, it be off the wall.
What's the
So
deal,
that's why I
mute?
always ask Kev, you want to da? Because he
Which
knows
Kevin?
I be
Kevin
coming with the,
a host for me.
I come with the crazy.
Your
My
name
name's Kevin
Kev
too, by the
too.
way,
Now,
Ain't
Kevin.
too many Kevs in here, man.
I mean, and I mean,
Yeah, yeah, I'm a Kevin too.
and for
Yeah.
clarification, maps is maps is basically a word for pedophile. I mean, to make it sound more acceptable.
More acceptable. Like, who's accepting this? These people are weirdos. Like, what? What line of government? Who are y'all talking about more acceptable to whom? Y'all niggas need to get beat up.
I mean, I would put you in that same category, though.
Don't worry, bro. I got something for you, bro. For you even try to put that on me, fam. I don't respect
I mean,
do that.
hey, I mean, hey,
I don't.
listen, I'm in
Wait,
Atlanta.
are
Keep
you
talking.
are you
Keep
I'm
threatening
in
talking.
him?
Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. I don't hide from nobody.
Bro,
I'm in Atlanta.
I see you in your DM.
Oh no. Oh, I mean, oh no. I only let bitches in my DM.
See, yeah, I hear you.
I'll see you in my DM. What the hell?
Yo,
What the hell kind of crap is that?
Kev's
I'll see you in
face.
my DM. Who tells
Kev, your
another grown
face.
man
I
that?
can't.
This is how soft people talk, bro.
That's crazy.
Because yeah, because you know what I'm talking about. You gonna make it a joke. This is Bro, this I wish, bro, I knew where you, because all you're gonna do is make jokes, but you wouldn't do it if I knew where you live and I knew your number. You wouldn't
I'm
do
in
none of this.
Atlanta.
But go ahead.
I'm in
That's why I said I
Atlanta.
see you in the DM and you gonna make a joke about it, bro.
Wait, but
I'll give you
I am in
I'll give you
Atlanta.
all the information you need, bro.
why is
Stop
you
talking like this.
yelling?
You're not
I
built
am
like
in
this.
Atlanta.
You're not
I'm in
built like
Atlanta.
this. You're not built like it. You're not
Yes,
built
I
like this.
am.
Hit me up then. Hit me up.
No, no, no. Hit me up right now. Just put it in the DM. I mean, just
Say
put it in
that.
the comments.
Say less. Say less.
Put it in the comments. I mean, I'm in Atlanta, bro. I live in Atlanta. I am 5
Welcome to Atlanta when the plays play. You be right on the bed
Like every
like
day. Hey.
the
Way to change it up.
You can
Change
catch
it
me
up.
in the A. I'm on it. I'm on it. Oh.
play.
Hey yo, didn't he sound like Dr.
Okay.
No Legs?
The
Yo,
what?
get out of my head.
Ooh.
Can you get out my head,
Hey yo,
please?
he sounded just like Dr. No
Can you
Legs.
get out my head,
Oh, I
please?
don't know. But you're right with the
Well, it
concepts.
might have
Yeah.
been him. It might have been him. I don't know.
Exactly.
He got like 100 different profiles.
No, but that was his
Hmm.
son. That was his son.
Yeah, that just went left.
That's his son.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, we were all talking about like choice. At what age do you have choice? At what age, based upon what the
That
system tells us.
what I
You're
learned,
living
that's
at
scary to talk
16.
about in America, most definitely though.
Yeah, you can't do
Cause
that
it is weird.
with
Everything
that.
changes, law changes, everything changes and stuff. That's
Yeah.
just something I'm fully aware
But
of. And I, like I said, I realize it's still kids that's 24 years old for real. Like that's how
yep,
much
they're
Right.
I see it to
childish.
people. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it,
Because I think it
yeah,
has a
but they
lot
only
to do
call it
with
childish in
control,
America
though.
because they made a law or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that, but still they're a child. And some people just still literally
Hmm.
childs that's in because like okay, I'm trying to see when do your body become an adult? When is that?
Well, I think the problem is it comes from parents. You're right. It comes from parents. So what guidance are you giving? From 0 to 5,
Yeah, I
you're
think.
told, hey, you're doing good. And, oh, I love the way that you draw this way. And you get to be 5 and then you get put in the system. Are your parents even educating you about what the system is going to bring to you? So
Mm.
at what
Yeah,
age does your body
yeah.
become of age?
That's why I
That's
don't even.
different than the
That's why I
mind.
wonder about that too. But I was thinking about like it was something about. I think that back in the day, like, cause they did. Didn't they say uh I think that the children. I mean, I don't know the way they like you said the parents, and I think they was like I don't know when they was considered adults at that time though either. But I
I mean,
think
well, back in the
like
day,
just
if
the
you were 10 years
mentality.
It's
old, you was
still
an
Really
laws
the
on the
adult.
books
mentality.
in, I think,
Huh?
Tennessee for 12-year-olds to be adults. That's
That's
Right.
it's
but
still
I think
laws
it's
on the
Yeah.
books that say
And
a
they're bringing
12-year-old
that
is an
back,
adult.
though.
In
They're
Tennessee, I
bringing the
think, or
12 year
Kentucky,
old
one
they
of the
thing
two.
can't
back.
do it now though because
Yeah,
everybody, like I'm
yeah.
saying, their mentality is not the same. That's why I would,
It's
that's
not.
why I would be considered like a pedo, so right now because
Yeah.
their mentality is not there. They get manipulated in all that situation now. But it's just
But pedo
because I do
is
believe
being
back in the day they
spread
was
beyond,
more
is being spread.
responsible and huh.
Hmm. Well, pedo is being spread beyond the word segs or whatever. It's actually, if you look at it now, at least in the state of California, a 12-year-old has access to their own health records and their parents can't access it. So
Now,
Yeah,
that's
you
these
like
know,
12 years
another
olds
everything
ain't the
starts.
same though. It
form.
ain't the
Yeah.
same as those
No,
12-year
but
olds.
that's
That's the
another
thing.
form of them being able to make choices that they're not mature enough to make. They don't know what health records
Right.
are like,
I think
you
it's gonna
know?
get worse too. I think that
Oh
later down the
yeah.
year, that 18 gonna be young too. I think it might. I would
Yeah.
say go to the way people's mentality is now. I would say wait to 25 because that's when they claim that the brain's supposed to fully develop, right? And
Right.
that way, because a lot of people, I think that's where a lot of traumas at because people was thinking they was grown because that 18 hit their number and then all of a sudden they like, oh, I can do what I want and all this stuff or whatever. And they still was like, I still had a kid mind anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because your mind just don't change soon as you turn 18. I don't know why people think that 18.
Doesn't.
It's
Yeah.
not. It don't work
You
like
come
that.
with experience. You come, like you
Yeah,
said, live and learn. Like, what did you
yeah,
come from?
yeah.
From? Did you come from parents who actually guided you? There was a live that I was on earlier. I think it was Clapback's live, and we were talking about oh no, it was Ty's live, and talking about Ice Baby, where she had that whole controversy with the 16-year-old that was twerking in the video, and they were all discussing is like,
Who the
is
hell
she
is Ice
allowed to do
Baby?
that? Yeah, I don't know, but I found it out
You talking
based
about
on
Ice Spice?
research.
No, there's
Ice
another
Spice.
one. Oh yeah, Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Yeah, but there was a
Not Ice
16-year-old
Spice.
that twerked in the video. But what we're saying is, like, did that 16-year-old actually know what she was doing, or was she surrounded by people who actually knew what she was doing? Where is their support system? Where is their guidance? Or did the
She want the
people of the
flowers.
media crew know about that? You know, so it's like, at what age do you actually determine what is good for you and what is not good for you? Or are you actually
Yeah.
seeking
Um,
guidance? Or do you even care?
it's
Well,
getting
you know,
worse
the last
though
couple
now.
of generations, it was kids raising kids.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
Exactly.
that,
I was about
right?
to get to that too, though. It's
Exactly.
like it's kind of getting worse. That's what I'm about to
We
say.
raised each other off the neighborhood.
Yeah, it's getting worse now. That's why I say even with that. That's why I do believe the number will jump in the future. I think because you can see how we can say childish. I guess how childish that. And it's sad. It's even going to 40 years old now. But I'm just saying, like 18 ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Because the way people getting raised now, they not getting raised as tough anymore. They not getting responsible anymore. They really literally kids. They got a 1-8 in front of their name. That junk is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And
And they
remember
get
back
excited.
in the day when they was 12, 13-year-olds getting married, people didn't live to be about 30 or 40. So,
Oh wow, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, things change, but nah, it ain't no way. It's literally getting worse.
Yeah, everything
Well,
get
I think
worse.
it
It
really
seems
Maturity
like.
does
at
boil down
25.
to
Yeah, that's what they say.
choices. You can make choices at 15 and maybe they're messed up. You can make choices at 18, maybe they're messed up. At what point do you get to a point where you say at 25, 35, hey, maybe I need to make a different choice. Maybe I just need to do something different for myself.
Yeah, like you said,
Hey
the
yo,
guidance isn't there. It's no more. The guidance isn't there no more.
I mean the crazy thing is, the craziest thing is when you get your hair braided and your head starts hurting. Like that's the craziest thing,
Kev, not you shaking your head like you
I,
understand.
I can't wait till I see his hair again.
bro. Bro, the back of my eyeballs is like,
You got the Clio again, the Clios.
bro. You know I always got to set it off, bro. Come on, son.
I feel bad for TikTok now because they about to go. He about to go crazy now. You about to really set it off.
Ayo, Kev,
Listen,
I
when he
would,
I
go
heard you
live,
whisper my name.
Ayo, Kev, I would, bro, but I can't because I'm banned on both of
Oh,
my Daddy OC pages.
oh yeah, right. Dang.
I know. I was
when
Hey, at
wondering
least you
about
be
that. I was
you
like,
be
where?
petty though. I
You
had to
know,
tell
I'll
her
when
let
that.
you
what?
borrow my account, OC. You know that.
She get
Oh
5
nah,
seconds,
but
but
I
she
can't
broke a
be.
record,
Yeah, I
no?
can't be as petty as I am. I'm on anybody else's page, but my Daddy OC page
Mhm.
When do you come
Right.
back?
on the 3rd.
Of
Oh
August?
my.
Yep.
Hey,
She
the only
said,
two times I went live, I got banned, and that was because I had all people in the same room with the same mindset. I didn't do nothing wrong. Nothing. I
You know
had
me
two
what?
either.
people in
My
my
You know
first
why I
room.
time
got
getting banana
reported?
was laughing
I
and joking with my
Yep,
peoples.
no. Hey
I'm
yo,
like,
Kev.
what?
That's hey yo, Kev. The
I remember that.
the second page got reported that we was just in the live. Just because I got reported on the other page and I went on my second one and then we was just laughing, joking about what happened, and then boop, it left. But the
What
reason why it happened is because I put your best friend in her place. Finally, I put your best friend in her place, and I should have done that. Now when she
Mm.
I should have done that when she called you out your name, but
Ah, right. I noticed that too. I'm like, oh, they done fell out. It's
oh,
crazy. Y'all fell
bro,
out and we got back cool again.
bro, what I put her in there? What? Yo, so she got so mad, bro, because I hit her up in the DM, and damn, can I repeat this? Okay, so I was like, listen, witch, stop coming on my page. Why don't you put your strap on and use it on your husband? But stop coming on my page.
Gun
And
him.
then,
Be
and
careful,
then I blocked her,
OC.
and then I blocked her from all my pages. Tell me why she got so mad. She called Wednesday. She called Wednesday's phone and was complaining to her like, "Yo, why did he block me? Now I can't respond to his message." I'm like, "Yo, relax. You're mad because you can't reply. Get out of here."
Oh boy.
All I did was go on vacation, Kev. Can't leave him alone at all.
Oh my, right. You
I'm
done left and
petty.
now you must was
For
the
real.
tamer or something. You was the part that connect the chain together. Now I done broke.
Well, hey, Petty, next time don't go on vacation.
I'm ready to
Period.
see this story though, man. I don't
Yeah,
be
I
in that
never
all
go
that
back.
drama stuff, but I'm curious just because I know all these people. I gotta hear what happened though. I want to see what happened though. That's
Listen,
wild.
I'm still
But
waiting for the
that's the thing is
details.
like we see so much drama, so much of the same rhetoric, so much of the same lives, so much of the
People
same
change too.
things
I believe
going
it, bro.
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like, and I know one thing, Kevin, you and I, we talk about, and everybody in this room is like, hey, we all know what we see, what we're experiencing, what we've been through. But it's like, what are we doing about it? Are we just gonna stay on TikTok and just talk about it, or are we actually gonna do something about it?
Hey, yo, let me ask you a question.
All right.
Lovely.
Of course,
Every
OC.
time you talk, it sounds like you sitting down Indian style and you got beads in your hands.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
no.
Nah, facts.
I'm actually in front of my computer right now.
Are you
In
on
a
Pornhub? Are
no,
you on
Not the
Pornhub?
hubby hub. It is Friday though.
Right. It is Friday. Not,
see, no.
I mean, it's release
She
Friday.
said I ain't
Release
hugging lanes
Friday.
today. I'm
Right.
I don't
taming them.
even go that route. I don't even go that route. You know me, OC. I always stay neutral. You know me.
I know what though. You know what I'm saying? I need them. I need. You know what? That's what it sounds like when OC is biting his tongue. See, that's what it sounds like. I do have restraint. I do have restraint.
See, man. I
I
knew
mean,
we
I
got it
do
in him,
love that.
man.
Hey, Kev,
OC gonna be on that positive stuff
are we
soon.
boring you, Kev? Are we boring you?
Nah, I think I'm just tired for work. But I be doing 56 hours a week, man.
Hey, yo, son, don't bring Petty back up here, bro, because she always be leaving. She hella disrespectful.
I almost never
You
said
doing 56 hours a week? I'm doing
my boy
65.
probably tearing your inbox
I,
up.
Hey, yo, hey, yo, for real though.
Yeah, I already knew it. Two connectors. I know how he is. I know how you is. I was like, oh, I know how
hey,
this gonna go.
watch.
what
As
did
soon as
you
I get
learn
off
from that,
live,
OC?
and as soon as I get off live, I'm gonna see like 10 messages, yo.
Gonna have a
Where
map
you
on
at?
there. Gonna have
All right, where
everything.
you at? Pull up. Calm down,
Map. He
pedo.
gonna have your ticket ready in there.
Right, I'm be like, calm down, pedo. Calm down.
Oh boy. I told him not to. He about to set himself up. He should not answer that one.
He ran right through that. Why?
Sheesh.
I knew he was gonna answer like that. But he shot himself in the foot. It's
I
just
know.
like
Ain't no
our.
logic in the
It's just
world. I
like.
wouldn't
I
say
mean,
that. No logic in
it's
the
just like
world.
when they asked R. Kelly that question about younger women. He was like, well. When you say younger, like what? Like how old are we talking about?
Yeah, you gotta watch real. You gotta actually look at your mouth before you speak on certain stuff
Mm,
because it just ain't right. It might make sense to you,
mm,
but it don't make sense to everybody here.
mm.
That's
Right.
just how it is, man. That's one thing I lived and learned. You know what I'm saying?
Look at how you keep doing that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Otis,
see.
I heard you.
What?
I heard
What
what you
happened?
said. Don't let Teddy come back up because she just be. Y'all know the rules.
I
If my
didn't say
husband
that.
calls, I hang up. I don't care what's going
I
on. We
didn't
could
say
be.
that.
What you say? What you say, Otis?
I said Petty's gone
Please.
again. She'll be right back.
That is not what you.
He said that. He said that. He did.
Right.
You just gonna sit here and lie to Kevin?
Hey yo, that's crazy. Hey yo,
I'm
his name is
drama
Kev.
free in here. You know what I'm saying? I got to do what it takes.
Hey yo, his name is
What did
Kev.
we learn from
Put respect.
that?
you know,
His name
he
is
said he loved you from the bottom of his heart. You know what I'm saying? You know
Now
what
I
I
I
mean?
love
know you. Now I definitely know you.
Ooh, that was too positive.
Kevin. Listen, Kevin Emmanuel, chill out.
You look like your middle name could be Emmanuel, not
I
even
could see
playing.
that. I could see that.
For real, facts.
Eman.
Or Christopher.
They call me Emmanuel.
With that neck tattoo, his last name is Gonzalez.
Oh no, Julius. His middle name is definitely Julius with the neck
Yeah,
tattoo.
okay, I can see it.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then listen, you know how Kevin a tricker hoe? Let me tell you how. Okay, I'm gonna break this down. Because
What?
females, I'm gonna let you know, Kev. Okay, so you can live and learn. All right, female. Females look at Kev, right, and they see the neck tattoo. So they be like,
Right.
yes, he tatted up. I got me one. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? He a little gangster nerd.
Why you trying to
Then he
hide it?
take,
That's the nerd.
then he a gangster nerd. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then he take off his shirt and it's just the neck tattoo. Then they pissed off. Like,
Hey, somebody called me that a catfish
you know what I'm
instead of
saying?
catfish.
That's crazy. They over
Hey
there
yo,
like, yes,
that's
I got
wild
me
though.
one.
Hey yo, Kev, why would you just stop at the neck, bro? Like that's
Man, I was
crazy.
young,
Like,
man. I was thinking about adding more, but I just didn't. I didn't. Maybe when I get older. I mean, maybe when I get married.
Kev, that's false
That's the
advertisement. I know
thing.
I
shorties be
know.
trying to holler quick,
Hey,
like, yeah, he a rebel. And then you only got your neck done. That's violent.
But Petty, what you said was this is how you attract the 304s. But what if you
Oh,
I was about
what
to
if a
say
man
that.
like that is attracting a wife
That's
because he
true.
went through that? How does that different?
She might look
My
at him
baby, I'm
like
not
he really
all
strong.
the way thug. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not
Hey
all
yo,
the way.
let
That's
me
what I'm saying. You a gangster nerd. You know what I'm saying? They exist. The
thanks,
gangster
nerd.
nerds
I
definitely
never
exist.
heard that one.
Kevin. Kevin.
Calculations.
Kev be working. He works.
Suburban gangster.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
works. He
right. He
works
be
on the
But
working
my
beach,
hard
question,
and
and he
stuff.
does.
But he
He does
deserves a
science
woman
on the
who can
weekends.
actually embrace that, though. That's the
that's
problem with
true.
some women nowadays. They don't know how to embrace a man that has actually been through that to where they can actually present themselves and not be a 304 to give them what they need to give that
Don't
man.
make the room jump to 500.
Hey yo,
That's
Kev.
Sorry.
Hey yo,
That
Kev.
is
Let me
true.
see your let me see your microscope. No.
The
What the
microphone.
fuck? I said
This man pulled
microscope.
out the
he said
microphone.
microscope.
I know you
No.
got a laboratory. Up in your crib.
Like Dexter.
Facts.
In Dexter's
Sir.
laboratory.
Damn. God
You know what I
damn,
mean?
bro. Hey yo, son, let me see your glasses again. Shit. Them things.
Hey, to
Them
me,
things thick.
when people call people weird
No,
Damn.
they
Damn.
not
or
Urkel.
thick.
nerds,
He
it
said,
means
"No,
Urkel
they're
that
glass.
not
they
thick."
haven't sought the knowledge. Hey, my glasses look just as thick as that, Kev.
No,
They
So
no,
not.
I
no,
Is they
feel
no,
you.
that
no,
thick?
no,
Don't say
no,
that
no,
thick.
no. I wasn't
Hmm.
talking about thick, but boy, like, yo,
They pretty
I
thick.
cool. Put the front of it. Let us see the front of it, so we
Oh,
can
you
Like,
talking
see,
about
See
through the
the
lens?
like, how
spot.
can you see right now? What's going on? You all right?
bro. God damn,
Kev, are you
huh?
nearsighted?
Yeah, I'm nearsighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
My
Nearsighted.
my hus- my husband got the same type of glasses. Hmm.
Mm.
Hey yo, you know glasses hurt your eyes more than it helps.
What? I never heard that one.
Okay, cool. Because imagine this, right? You wear your glasses all the time, right?
Wait, say that again,
Okay.
OC. Because of what?
No. I didn't explain it yet. I was saying your glasses. I was I was saying your glasses. They hurt your eyes more than they help it. So, Kev, you wear your glasses every day.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when you take glasses off, your eyes take a long time to adjust, or they don't adjust, right?
Um.
Your muscles get weaker in your eyes. Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. Because it's so dependent on them
Oh.
glasses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you take it
Fact.
off, like it's
Mm-hmm.
worse. Like you can't even see nothing, bro. Bro, listen, I got some glasses. I was like, yo, these look good, but they were prescription. And after like 2 months, when I'm taking it off, I was like, yo, what is going on? Bro, I stopped wearing them glasses, bro. It was messing me up. It was messing me up. I couldn't do it.
Mm.
So
Well, your eyes are powerful. Your eyes are
why they
your
say
eyes
tricked
is
us,
what
man? They
creates
act like they say it's
perception.
supposed to get
Your
better.
eyes ain't that powerful. Your eyes ain't that powerful.
they
Well,
they
they create the perception, which actually transforms what you see into your
Oh my
brain.
God, lovely. Stop being so deep with everything.
Ow. Okay. Hey,
That's what
I'm
she said.
nearsighted too, and I wear glasses.
That's what
Hey, and
she
I
said.
can't drive without my glasses. Okay.
I see what you
I
did there,
can't
Kev.
Because
either. It's a wrap.
because
Especially in the dark, it's over.
listen, you can't drive without your glasses because you had them on for 56 years. That's why.
But I'm not 56, and you know that, OC.
My bad. Not my bad.
And I
74.
had
Sorry.
mines on for
I've worn
19
contacts though
Nice
years.
too.
try. Nice try, Kev. Nice try.
Nice try, Kev. Yeah, I'll
Wait,
agree
hold
with
on. You
Betty
had
on that.
yours on for 19 years, dog?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you SOL,
Kev
bro.
is
You SOL.
45, bro. Like, knock
40.
it off.
Why I gotta
Kev
be
is
40?
SOL.
Kev is
But
definitely
Hey,
45.
OC, let me ask you this question. So what do you think it does? Like, does it mess with your, if you, it's like, it reminds me of the medical field. Like when you put glasses on, does it really mess with your eyesight to the point to where you can't perceive things the way that you should?
Yes. It makes you
Okay. Yeah,
It's like
I
not
get where you're
using. It's
going.
like
I
that.
get where you're going,
Not
and that's
lifting
why I
weight.
asked
I
that.
thought if you squint it,
Not
make it
using your
worse.
muscles
Oh,
makes
screening,
them
yeah.
weaker. It's like that. Not
Yeah.
using your muscles make them weaker.
No, I mean,
Make them
you're right.
weaker.
You're
I
right.
almost said
No, you're
something
right.
so inappropriate. I'm
There,
not
there,
gonna
Right.
do it,
It's
Kev.
there
like,
are
I mean,
exercises you can do for your eyes.
exactly. It's
That's
like,
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
it's like,
If you look it
okay,
up
cool.
on the net, yeah, because I had that. I didn't start wearing glasses till I was 40. So, and
I've been wearing
and
it
I.
since I was a kid.
Me too.
um, well,
I mean, just think about it. Like you have a muscle and you don't use it, right? You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like what
It's weak.
happens to it?
It's weak.
I'll get you, get
We,
weaker.
Right. You know what
hmm
I'm saying? So you have to use it. Yes, of course, the occasional picking up of the glasses and reading, if you have to, yeah. The occasional picking it up just to drive a night, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But every single day, oh, nah, you wildin'. You wildin'.
Well, in my situation,
I,
I ain't got no choice. I started off with bad vision.
yeah, I got
No,
good. Yeah, some of them it's like yeah, if your cornea is not shaped right and all that,
Yeah, so right, I got a
it's
right,
what they
different.
call it,
right.
right.
stick, whatever they call it.
Stigma.
Yeah,
Astigmatism.
stigma,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stigmatism.
stigmatism.
stigmatism. Yeah,
I
both
feel
are.
like a baby just
And
crawling
it's
into walls
genetic
and
too,
stuff.
though.
No, no, no.
Genetic too.
No, no, it's not. How astigmatism is when you're a little kid and somebody spits in your eye,
Oh my goodness.
Hmm?
I mean, you get infected.
Oh
I mean,
wow.
that's how it happens.
Can somebody spit in your
Mm.
eye?
I
That's
never
not
had
true.
nobody spit in my eye.
Hey
What
yo,
daycare did you go to?
hey yo, somebody spit in Kev's
Little
eye.
rascal hood.
I think that was the
They
last
did.
time they did that though.
That was right
No,
before
no,
he
no.
left the
I
hood
think
and
actually
moved
when
to
I
the
was a little
suburbs.
kid, that was the first time I got bullied. And then I came home, my mama told me, and my dad said, "Hey, you don't have that. It's a rep." So
Did you take your
there
did
was
you
no
take your
such thing as
glasses off to
bullies.
do
I
it?
put it that way.
Were you the type of guy like,
I
I'm gonna
used to
hit you,
I
but
used
hold
to
my
play
glasses first?
basketball, and when I played basketball, by the time I got into 10th grade, I couldn't wear glasses no more, so I had to wear contacts because I couldn't see the hoop. I was like, I had to wear them in order to see the court, in order to see my players, and in order to see everything. But that was based upon a doctor that I went through. So now we're talking about a whole different, realm, of what we get into, of where eyesight or a perception really does come from.
Mm.
Hey yo, lovely. Let me say this. Well, first off, are you married or in a relationship?
Yes, sir.
Oh wait, hold on. Married or in a relationship?
I'm married.
Okay, so you and your husband be having some deep ass conversations
I was just about to
Hmm.
say that.
because
I
because
did always want to think about that. Like, I wonder how, like, because sometimes it do show. That is funny though, like,
because
because I
look,
can just
now
imagine her
because look,
question.
this is
Because,
the reason I'm
like, even
saying
in
it.
my lives, I can be telling she'd be like, "We don't even finish the question." She has another question on the. I'm like, come on, man,
Now I
we
mean
gotta answer this.
because look,
So
My
I
bad.
can
because
just
look, this is the
imagine
reason I'm
though,
saying it.
man.
Ever
Baby,
She
how do
gets
you
since
so
do this?
deep with
Okay, right
them.
after you
right,
do this,
correct.
can you do this? And
Ever since I met Lovely on here, I mean, she's been the same. I mean, consistent, right? And now I'm just thinking, I'm like, I mean, like while she was talking, like I'm like, we was talking about glasses, and she was like, well, I mean, well, if you can't visually see through the bifocal of the lens pattern, I was like, what? But
So hey, let
and
me
then
tell you this, OC, and
and
I'm
then
going
I
to
was
answer this
thinking,
question.
wait,
OC,
hold on,
okay.
hold on. Now before you get deep, now before you I was like, yo, if she's in a relationship and her husband is drinking water, she's gonna be like, hey baby, did you know there's 58 molecules in that bottle of water that is gonna like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm thinking the relationship is like.
So OC, let me give you
Scientist.
a little bit of history because I don't share a lot of my personal history on here. But my husband went deaf like 9 years ago and wears cochlears. So his hearing is off, but his senses on his other sides are different.
Oh shit, that's your dream. You in heaven
Yeah,
then. You in
so
heaven.
no, believe me, I wish I had his thing because he can take those motherfuckers off and not hear my
I get
shit.
ready to say, did he tell the doctor to take him back off?
Me and him talk about that all the time, all the
oh, my wife
time.
talking. Hold up. Boop.
Yep, yeah, he can do that, and I was like, sometimes I get jealous that you can take that off, and you know,
He
but
probably
and
have him
he'll
off most
Baby,
of
you
the
talk,
gonna
time.
ask
but
all the
I just
questions
have to
in the world. Here
listen.
you go.
Probably
Boop.
off all
So
the time.
yeah, when you lose a sense, just like you lose eyesight, just like you lose hearing, but his smell, mean, he could smell everything. He could smell food. He could smell what's in the air. He could smell everything. When you lose a sense, you actually have senses that are heightened.
Yeah,
And
your other
man, that
senses. Yeah.
man, he knows his shit. Like I love it. I actually
Wait,
think it's amazing. Not a lot of people can embrace that
Yeah,
or
your
See,
other
understand
senses
it.
see,
get stronger. Yeah, your other senses get stronger to make up
nah,
for it. Yeah,
facts.
that's
See,
fact.
let me
no,
see.
that is crazy.
See, yo, you never let an opportunity pass without, you know what I'm saying, getting deep. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this, you know what I mean, and it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean, it's not a bad thing, but you know what I mean, I just want to take a deep breath without you saying, "Well, did you know what you just breathed in?" You know what I'm saying? Then
Got you. See, I got
breathe
you.
you in the air.
Deep thinker. He's a deep thinker. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, not at all.
BK, remember 11? What's the deal, my brother?
Not at
Nikki,
all.
you ain't talk. What's the deal, Nikki? How you feeling, man? I want to make sure I talk to you. You don't say nothing.
Oh,
Shit,
okay.
I got triggered by the name Nikki. My
How you
bad.
feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. I was listening to y'all comment about the glasses. Same thing happened to me when I first got glasses. My doctor told me he was like only wear them when you need to, and I kept the same
Facts.
prescription for 10 years,
Even
literally.
the doctors know.
Hmm.
Yeah, they know.
Hey, baby
Hey,
Kevin Hart.
Nikki, let me ask you a question, Nick. Can
Yes,
I call you Nick? Are we cool enough that I can
you can
call you
call me
Nick?
Nick. Yep.
Okay, cool. How old are you, Nick?
I'm 47. I'll be 48 next month.
Okay, do you look your age?
No.
Are you black?
Yes.
That's why. All right, cool. Now,
Back go crack.
It don't crack.
now, because you know, if you was Caucasian, you would look 98 right now. Like,
Oh, whoa.
that's a
Baby.
fact.
Somebody told me an analogy like they're like flowers, like they when they bloom they may be really pretty, but they wilt really quickly. That's what somebody told me.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, damn. Oh, I see what you're saying. White people like flowers. I get it.
Yeah, that's what somebody told me.
Damn. That's deep. No, I mean, no offense, lovely. No offense. No offense.
Y'all get bad for hate speech.
That's why I'm staying quiet.
Well, shoot, let me chill because I'm on the Panda Bear page. So let me chill.
So you got something against this too?
Hold on.
How
Let
old are
me,
you, Panda Bear?
oh,
Oh,
I'm 34.
okay.
Young man.
Well, now
Beat
why
me
you
by one
ask?
year.
Huh?
Now why you ask?
Because you asked me.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Hmm.
I'm 2 days
Tit for
old in
tat. I
dirt.
feel it. I feel it. Tit for tat. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Now I
No,
feel like
just trying to get
He
get to
said
know
y'all
get to know your
racist,
panel.
right?
Get to know your panel. That's all.
I'm 2 days old in dirt.
Oh my.
Oh, you old then.
I'm
Not
60.
2 days. How you beat dirt? Wow. That's a hey, that's a true exaggeration for real. Oh my. 2 days older than dirt.
When a 30-year-old meets me, that's what she think. I'm 2 days old in dirt when I'm 60. They think, oh, God, you're old as shit. No, I'm not that old. I feel 25.
Right. Me too. Thank you,
I
Panda
meant to
Bear.
put your age. I meant to put your age down there, but I gave it one more. So,
Thank
I
you.
mean, yeah. I mean,
Appreciate that.
that doesn't even come up to 1 cent, but you know what I mean.
I don't have a lot of cash, but I just sent you a couple of roses. I'm new
Oh
to this
no,
TikTok thing.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I do. I'm gonna go on your page real quick and do a little stalking.
Uh-oh.
I don't have a
They
lot of
tell
pictures up there. I really have a social media presence because I'm getting ready. I'm developing an app. So when I get it developed, I expect everybody to download it. Kev,
Huh.
yeah, you.
me.
What
Hmm.
happened? He said, yeah, you what was that? I was half listening, my bad.
I
You
was
said something
saying,
about
I
an app.
said, yeah, I'm getting an app developed. So I really got a social media presence so that I can get,
Oh,
my
I got
followers to
you.
download my app. Yeah.
Oh, you creating the app. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh no, I see you. You pretty.
Thank
That's
you.
what's up. Bless. Bless your heart.
I can tell by the little tiny picture here. She's good looking. Tiny.
Thanks, guys.
Word.
Hold up,
What's
truly.
Hey,
Hold
what's
up.
the
Wait, wait,
topic
wait,
for?
wait, 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 wait. Who gave him the authority, though?
wait, what?
This is me and her insider. I can't wait to talk about that topic, man. That's gonna be so funny.
Are
Okay,
you the
so
What's
authority
the
on
listen.
that
insider?
The
subject?
authority to give
And
a
then you wrote
compliment.
that down.
Who give you the authority to give you a compliment?
Right? I give them the authority. How about that?
Look at that.
She said
Look
I'll
at
be
that.
selective with it. Okay. Don't constructive criticize me. But you can give you all the compliments I eat it on.
You
You know what I'm saying?
you gonna give me constructive criticism whether I want it or not.
I feel you, I feel you. So you said so I'll get you know. I feel you. I feels.
Why baby Kevin Hart ain't come up in the box? He must be still fishing.
Oh, you fishing, man? Not my boy, not my boy.
Um,
My boy
Nikki,
B.
have you heard of and this is a serious topic. I'm just trying to spread awareness, but have you heard about the virus that's affecting women?
What is it?
It's delusion. It's a really bad virus.
I
Um,
thought I thought we got that from men. I
nah,
thought we got
nah,
that from men first.
nah, it's infecting like 98% of the women on this app. And I just want to make sure that you're good.
In what way? Elaborate.
You know,
No,
all the ones that say they 10, but they really fours and fives. That's what he's
mm-hmm.
saying.
Oh.
Delusion.
Well, do y'all men also rate yourselves as well?
No, men don't
Okay,
I've
rate
never
that's
heard
themselves.
a man rate themselves in my
That's a
life.
woman thing.
well.
Never.
There's a problem. We gonna scale things. Y'all need to scale too.
Oh no, we don't.
Don't just rate us. Yeah, y'all do.
No. But that's the
Hmm.
thing. We don't rate each other. You know what I'm saying? At all. Like that skill doesn't exist in manhood.
Oh, y'all rate each other.
No,
Y'all have pissing contests all the time. Yes, y'all
no.
do.
Those are two
Yes, y'all
totally
do. Y'all
different
just do it in a
things.
different way.
Those are two
Mm-mm.
totally different things. Right?
Nope.
Most of those
Disagree.
delusional women would rate all the men about threes or twos.
That'd be kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? A man say that I'm a 10. I never heard that in my. I
Right.
don't think I ever heard that in my
I
life.
mean,
Me
unless
either.
that man is a part of that community.
When a
Okay,
man
okay.
says he's
I'm
a
not, that's
high
why I'm
value
trying to.
man,
That's
he's
why I'm
giving
not trying
himself
to
a
say
rating.
that. My room jump up to
When a man
300.
says he's a high value man, he's giving himself a rating. May not be on a scale of 1 to 10, but that's a rating.
No, no. You see,
Yes,
you're moving the
yes.
goalposts. You're moving the goalposts a little bit.
I'm not. It's just not apples to apples. Like you said, men aren't going to rate each other 1 to 10, but they do rate and weigh up things in different ways. Whether it be
But
how you
they don't
dress,
rate each
whether it
other.
be
But women rate each other though. Women rate each other based upon their makeup, based upon their looks, based upon what they present, and then they have those same conversations about what men should be doing or should be constructing with their lives, and women are not getting like the point.
I
They're
don't
not
Right.
think women
understanding
rate each
why
other
they're
as much as men rate women. I don't think
well.
women
But
rate
that's
each other as much as men.
no, that's not.
He's talking about
I can't
delusional
speak
women
on
that we don't
men.
think alike.
I can't speak on men. I can't
Right.
speak on men.
Me
What
and my
I'm
friends
trying
don't
as a
rate each
woman to
other.
do is trying to speak from a woman's standpoint is that us women need to come together and realize that we actually have a lot more power than what we're presenting to ourselves. We're just using it in the right.
Well, I
Hey,
mean, you make that's a general sweeping statement. Is not absolute, right? Me and my friends, we don't rate each other. We rating each other on our credit limits and what businesses we could come up with. That's what we rating on. We don't sit up and rate on. So it just depends on which circles you run in, because
See,
we don't
that's
do the 1 to 10 thing.
So
We
if
we
you're
we
rating
bound
yourself off a
we
credit limit, you're rating yourself off a rate.
no
You're
no.
actually rating yourself off something
What
else that
I'm
is
saying
rating
is
you,
What
your
I'm saying is, no,
value.
it's not. No, it's not. I rate the credit rate because I'm the one who creates that credit rating. It don't come to me just because I got a name and a social security number.
Okay.
I put in work to get that. So we value each other based on accomplishments and how we could uplift each other and how we could scale each other up. Not we
Hmm.
all pretty. It's gonna be a pretty woman every time you
so
turn
you.
around. That's a dime a dozen. Especially when you can make your whole face look like a whole different
So
person.
how do
Everybody can be
your
pretty.
because I agree with you truly.
Let
I
me
think that
squeeze in some
women need to
questions too,
surround
man.
themselves. I think that women need to surround themselves by women that are powerfully strong enough to talk about themselves with how they need to construct themselves and hold themselves accountable so that they can be better women for the men that they're seeking. You know what I
Hello,
mean? So
hello,
that
hello. You're right. Listen, the guy that's saying that he said it was delusional. That's what that's what he's talking about. Y'all think y'all have an idea of what you think we want, and we try to tell you no, that's not what we want. We're not looking for the successful, rich, or smartest woman. That's not what men are looking for. But y'all think that's what they're looking for. So you do all this, and then
No,
you
no,
don't
no,
hit
no,
nobody.
no, no, sir. I don't do what I do to I know what I'm gonna do me, and the right
Right.
man is gonna appreciate my
No, but
qualities
I
and gonna
don't
come
think he
along.
was
I'm not
talking
making my
about you
move.
You
directly
see, you
though.
don't understand. The right man that
It,
you think is the right man for you, you ain't gonna get him.
That's what
it
I
don't,
was.
but that
That's what I
no,
was getting
that's
to. I think I see. I think I
Um,
see what he about to say. But he was saying, right? Right. Pretty
right.
sure we have seen plenty of women that rated us, so we can't play it like we never
Facts.
seen that before. You know what I'm saying?
how
So
can
Right.
you
we
how
know that
can
women do that.
how can you say that
Men,
she can't rate herself though? Is my question. If
Nobody
I
No,
don't
said
I
that.
don't do it. You
no,
said
no,
y'all said
no.
they
It's not
delusional and they
saying
rate
that. It's
themselves
not saying
wrong.
that she can't rate
Anybody think they a
herself
10, they are
because
delusional. I don't think nobody
right,
on this earth is a 10.
exactly.
I mean, I
Okay,
know nobody on this
okay.
earth is
Who
no
thinks?
10.
Okay,
you know,
what
Mhm.
I mean,
woman? Okay, what
and to
woman on this
Nobody's
panel right now
perfect.
thinks? I mean, thinks that they're
Right.
10. Now, what woman on here right now thinks they're 10? Okay, cool. I mean,
know what I
you
mean?
guys may not be delusional.
mm, well,
I
to y'all, to the answer what you said, real spoke and care. Men may not rate us by numbers, but we rate each other by calling each other simps.
thank you, Kev.
That's a great. That's a. It's not a. It's not numbers, but it's a word that you rate a man whether he a
Yeah.
simp, where he's
Or
a
high
whether
value.
he's so high value. So that's a
Hmm.
rating. That's where we
Exactly.
put each
Thank you.
other as men on this app.
Hmm.
If everybody go to these apps, everybody, oh, you catering to women, so you a simp. You a high value man if you ain't making this. So yeah, we do rate each other
It's a
just by
That's
label.
I
those
feel like that's a
words.
problem though. The
Yeah,
imps.
it's a
No, that's a
very
problem. I don't know if you want to call that a. I just feel like that's a problem. I don't think that's a to me.
no.
I don't see
It,
that being a
It's
rating
a
though. Because
label.
I never
yeah,
heard a
It's a
dude like,
it's
"Oh,
label.
not.
you so alpha, man. You are so
Yeah,
alpha." I never
I
heard
mean,
that one though.
but you hear it because most men call themselves an alpha.
Yeah, I
Some
heard it.
men call themselves what? Not, what's the other word for after alpha?
Beta.
So you look at these
Hey,
names. You look
man,
at a lot of these
a man,
names.
a high value man don't care about your college degree or how much money you got. I'll tell you.
That's true.
High value men.
That's not
Because
true.
some high value men only care about looks and some do care about substance.
Hmm.
Not every high value man only care about looks.
Oh,
Some like
Wait,
Just
material.
you
because I
said
Some
said the
how
ones
very
material.
men care about a woman's money?
Some of them
no.
materialistic.
Heck no.
Some of them are
When you
materialistic because you can listen.
when you a
No,
Listen,
high
we
value
if a
we talking
when
about
you
man,
a
a high
millionaire,
value
right?
man,
A
you go in
millionaire
certain
dude. Why would he
circles.
care about another woman's money more than being treated
No,
better
you're not
or
listening.
something like that? Well,
Can I
she make
finish my
money. I
statement?
mean, he
it,
make money.
Can I finish my statement? It's not that he cares about her money. It's that when you're a high value man, you run in certain circles. You
right?
go to certain events. You go to certain, conferences. You go to certain work events. You go to social events, and you want to have somebody on your arm that can hold a conversation and don't just look good.
Right.
Some high value men do. Somebody could be as dumb as a bag of rocks, and as long as she look, that's their prerogative.
Mhm.
But don't say that all high value men don't value, because a lot of high value men out here is, like I said, starting businesses and owning properties and stuff with women who got their stuff together too. So you can't make an absolute sweeping statement like
Where
that.
that's
Now
it.
I
What
can
who is a lot?
I man I like I said, maybe it's the circles y'all run in, but I
What's
run in
your
a lot of circles
definition of a high value man
who
then?
have substance. A high value man to me, it don't have to do nothing with education. Number one, it's gonna be your ability to flex in different circumstances. Like I said, you could be on the block, you could be in a boardroom. That's high value to me. Somebody who got his stuff together, who got his credit together, got his bank account is together, and he ain't gotta be no multimillionaire, but he ain't asking nobody to borrow their car to go up the street and go getting bailed out of jail and all that Rudy poop stuff.
Right.
He is living his best life
You
and trying to make connections and network with people who are doing the same.
You notice you said to me, right? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So by you saying to me, that's like you making it a subject. So a
Opinion.
high, okay, the way how high you do,
You asked me that. What's your
Delusional.
definition of a high value man?
yeah, I did, and I get you. That's your personal definition. I get you on that. But cause I just try to see if you was matching the definition of what it really is from what I've learned from people, or just from people that spoke on
From
being
Kevin
high value
Samuels?
or
From
just
Kevin
whatever.
Samuels?
Um, I think he one of them too. But it's
Yeah.
a few. But what they I'm just saying I understood what they was meaning explaining it. So how they impact the world, or how they are in the market, right? That
Right.
like majority of the women want them, that type of person. It ain't gonna be just this because I choose this guy that every woman want them. It's not like that, a personal thing really. It's how I mean it's literally like this guy is going to be chosen by a lot of women just in general, not in
Correct.
no in a object, not in an objective way, not a subjective type of way. You see what I'm saying? Like that would
Right.
be a true
Yeah.
definition of a high value dude because he got money. Uh, I guess
But that's
the uh,
but that's where a lot of people leave with though. Is money. You hear a
yeah,
lot of women say value man is money. That's the first
Mm-hmm.
thing
yeah,
most women,
Yep.
not all, say
Yep.
is a man with money. A man that's making six figures. He's high value. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
yeah,
so what about the ones out here working a 9 to 5? Ain't he making money? He might not have six figures, but ain't he making money? You know what I'm saying? Ain't he doing his
Mm-hmm.
thing? So the ones that are blue collar workers, they're not high value. They're low value
all right,
because they speak on those. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And
And
so the
those are the
ones that's
same
out
ones
here,
taking care of their family.
them the ones that taking care of the family. You know what I
right,
mean? And the
right,
ones that got all this money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They can, they're not choosing the women that got money. They're choosing the one that don't have nothing at all to bring
exactly.
them. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm not going against. I don't, hey, none against women. A woman that's making money, yeah, is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A woman that's making money would not even talk to a man as a blue collar worker.
Exactly,
Most,
exactly.
not all.
They either from what
Yeah,
my
not all.
understanding, they
Right.
either
Not
date up
everyone, but
or
the most.
or barely really the same though, but they date up. They say majority
Yeah,
of women date up. They not gonna date a peasant. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a king
Correct.
would, they would date down. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. They'll date a girl that's in McDonald's as long as they get treated right
Correct.
or something like that. That's really, you know what
As
I'm
long
saying?
as she look a certain type of way.
Yeah.
That's
right.
all that matter. Yeah. That's what you
Yeah.
meant to say.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
The averages. The averages. Right.
yeah. I
Like
mean,
the average woman won't date a guy shorter than her.
Nope.
Average woman.
Not
Correct.
average.
Correct.
no,
Average still want above. I mean,
hey, I
the
met some
average
good women
guy,
that,
they're not even seen.
right,
Who was that?
right, right.
Who? I want
Yeah,
that person. Watch out! I'll
I
slap it
met
out the
some
way.
women. I met some women that was taller than me. I would date, and they would date me. You know what I mean? It was just the
Oh
fact
yeah,
that,
I broke down a tree before.
you know, yeah.
I
I mean,
broke
I
down a
climb a
tree
tree.
before. Hold up.
Right. I climbed a couple trees. I mean, ain't nothing wrong climbing a tree. Shoot.
Timber.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
right back.
yeah. Yeah. I didn't
I
say it
have
doesn't
never
happen. I said the average. I mean, I dated a woman that was
Yeah, yeah,
6'5" before, and I'm only five
yeah,
nine. So,
yeah.
so
I mean, I
I ain't
get,
saying it don't happen.
you know what I
She
mean? Truth
played for
is,
Old Dominion U.
yeah. You know what I
I
mean?
always say that there's substance beyond surface. You never know what you're gonna get after that first date.
Yeah. You know what I mean? She was real cool though. You know what I mean? She was well down to earth, very educated. You know what I mean? But at the same time, she thought she was chasing a man with money. You know what I mean? He wasn't even paying her no mind because it's the thing that how you was doing it, going about it. You know, and let him chase you, not you. You chase him because he gonna overlook you every time.
Well, because if you're asking a woman to, or if you're as a woman, if you're asking a man to provide for you more than what you already can provide for yourself, then you're not allowing him to protect you. Or like just because he makes less money than you, does it not make him a protector?
It makes him a very good protector.
I got a pum for that. My
Oh
thing is
Lord.
me and my homeboy, we have this conversation all the time because he be like, Nikki, just get you a $30,000 nigga. He gonna rub your feet. He gonna treat you good. He gonna da, 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 da. I won't have no respect for them. I made $30,000 since I was a baby. And if you're my age and you still making $30,000, you don't have enough get up and go for me, because I'm always trying to get more. That's my life. That's always been my life. So we just
But
not equally yoked.
but don't you think
But do
that
you
don't you
also
think
be
that
in a position where you help him get more,
No, not in no,
or you
not at
help
almost
him
50.
grow?
No, no. I got a whole son if I want to help somebody grow. I'm not
well,
doing that
Oh,
with a
okay.
grown man. Yeah, no.
don't you know that a lot of times that some men just need that one person to motivate them to be able
Yeah,
to get to that
absolutely. And I
next
hope they
level.
find that person.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not doing that with somebody
Hey,
almost
hey,
50.
always
I'm baby Kevin Hart. I'm a single
yeah.
mom. I raised my son by myself. I accomplished everything I accomplished by myself. If you a grown man and you making $30,000 at almost 50, you had a lot of missteps in life. You had a lot of bad decision making, and you still doing it. Period. You can't be
Well,
comfortable with that.
I mean, he may not be comfortable. You know what I mean? He may need. You know, everybody needs somebody to get him to that next level. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody
I'm
ain't.
not disagreeing with that.
We ain't all get somewhere by on our own. There's always somebody there we see or not. You know what I'm saying, I mean, because at the end of this life, I mean, where I'm at, I ain't do it by myself. It was somebody in the background pushing me to motivate me to get where I need to get. You know what I'm saying? So I
Correct.
could never say I did it by myself because there's always somebody in the background doing something for me when I don't even know they were doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't
So
have that
you
luxury.
look at you had it because
No.
you said just like you said you had a son, right?
hmm I
I
have a
mean,
son.
you have a son. Yeah, my bad, wrong word. You have a son. When you was out there trying to make it, somebody had to been watching your son while you were going to work,
Yeah, of
going to
course
get
there's
that
a support
education.
system, Kevin. And like you said, when I was
Yeah.
out there trying to make it, I'm almost 50 years old. And I don't care
I know.
how you spin it. If you almost 50 years old and you almost at the poverty line, you're not a good decision maker. You're not a good leader. You've made some horrible choices and you continue to make them. Because I've had too
Mm-hmm.
many times where I've had to restart things and reboot, and I've been able to do that and still pick myself up. And I'm not knocking that. It's levels to this. I'm just saying for me, I can't respect a man almost 50 who he's making $30,000 a year. It will never happen. I'll be by myself and keep having fun with the high value men until the day I die. I'm not doing that because he's not
Well,
he don't think like me. He don't move like me. He don't operate like
but
me.
sometimes that man that making $30,000 a year actually knows how to be frugal and actually save, and he has a pension that is actually worth more than his salary.
Yeah, I
Granted,
agree.
that's absolutely 100% agree with that, lovely. Not knocking that. I'm just saying it's not for me. I know what motivates me. I know what I respect, and I know I like my son. If my son make my son is my son, if he making $30,000, I'm gonna be asking him what's going on. Like it's too much. It's too much out here. Too much opportunity out here for you to just be sitting back and taking the lazy route.
It's easier. I mean, everyone say one thing, and they probably disagree with it. But when it comes to black men, we have it the most hardest, and we don't even realize it. It's easier said than what it is
I
done.
came back, my boy preaching already. There we go.
I mean, because by me
Oh,
being a black man, I had to struggle to get where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I finished, got my high school diploma. I did try a little college, but do you know how hard it is to go out here and try to find a good paying job? Because the first thing they
I
look
sure
at
do.
is your color as a black man. So it ain't just that, you know what I mean? Because somebody's 50. Okay, you don't know what's the obstacles this man had to come
I
across
don't.
to get there. You know what
I
I'm saying?
don't. I
Because
agree with that, baby Kevin
every
Hart. But I'm
poverty. I get what you're saying, Nikki. I totally get it. I mean, because that's how you are. I ain't trying to change your mind. I'll just try to get you to look at it in a different aspect. You know what I mean? Where
oh,
you at is
I
where you
respect
at
that.
because of where you at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I respect that. I'm just saying that there's gonna be somebody who that person is for. I've just been through too much, and I've been rock bottom in the dirt, dragging myself, sleeping in cars and shit, and able to pick
Oh,
myself up. And if you a man and you can't do that, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
oh,
Ain't
it's
got nothing to talk
hard to
about.
be.
I
It's hard to
understand
be.
what you say. I understand what you're saying. I understand what
Yeah,
you're
I
saying.
What
totally
are
get
you
Clearly.
it. I
saying,
Yeah.
totally get
Nikki?
it.
But And she
Yeah,
said 30,000 a year. Like, shoot, I don't know. Nobody can live off that. But, but
Was
anyway.
I talk? That's crazy. I thought I was talking about that time.
there's some
Right.
men out
I,
here making
I
that.
don't know
Mr. Print,
anybody
what's
could live
the
off.
deal, my
Unless you live
brother?
in like Chile or something.
Yeah, I mean, ain't no men out here I know that's making 30,000. Period. My point. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
I
like
respect
minimum
our
you,
wage.
black men, Kev. I respect our black men, and I do believe they have it the hardest. But I
Yeah.
also feel
Yes.
like y'all are the hardest on us. Like what women is rating themselves as 10. If a woman feel like because she got her stuff together and she can hold her own, that she ain't got to go just by looks, and she feel like from her inside to her outside she's a 10, she got the right to feel that way. You
well,
know what I mean?
That still don't change the fact that's delusion. What the heck? Ain't
I
nobody
mean
on
that
this
that's
earth
just
is a 10. You can feel how you want.
yeah.
I think what she's saying is she
I mean,
wants
why
we
is
somebody
gotta,
that's
there a
we gotta,
rating of a
motivated
10?
we
like
gotta
her.
speak reality to one another because we can't just. That's what delusion is. When you're not honest with yourself and you just go off how you feel, right? Because that's what all we do. I can act like, oh, I'm the best, I'm the most confident. I can say all this stuff though, but at the end of the day, the truth gonna come out. We can't keep playing these
Right.
games and saying that, dang, I feel this way, so this you gotta accept how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my thing is even with this, right? Like if you a 10, you don't even have to express yourself. And I talked about this a long time ago. You ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody if you call yourself. Why would you even have to call yourself a 10 if you feel like you're a 10 anyways? Because you don't have to express that. So it's obvious
So
that you don't feel like you're a 10.
is two questions to that. If there's no such thing as a 10, why is there a 10 rating? That's my first question. And then my second question is there some type of
Why is there
trend
such
going
thing as
around where women
Disney?
are, huh?
I said, why is such thing as Disney?
I don't get it.
I'm
It's
just
like
saying,
if you know, like if
somebody made up.
a guy claims he's an alpha male. If he says that he's an alpha male, he's not an alpha male because an alpha male wouldn't say they're an alpha male. That's what he's
Right.
No,
saying.
they present show
Uh,
they're
uh,
alpha male. When they walk in the room, you know
Alpha
they're alpha
male. If
male.
he states that I'm an alpha male,
a
he's not
thug
an
wouldn't
alpha
say he
male.
a thug
He's a
either.
beta male. If he has to say that he's an alpha male, he's not an alpha male.
So is there some
That's
type
what
of
I'm
trend?
saying.
Is there some type of trend going on where women are going on TikTok and saying I'm a 10, I'm a 9, I'm an 8? Like what?
Yeah,
Maybe I'm missing something.
yeah. They
My,
basically saying that. They
No,
saying that because
I
they
think what women are trying to do is they're trying to say that because they're better than men, that it's okay for them to be alone and they don't need men, they don't want men, but
right,
they're still trying to seek them. And when they seek them, because maybe some women do make more money than men. Maybe you're a $30,000 dude that has a $30,000 a year job. Maybe he knows how to protect and provide for you in that $30,000 salary, which is sounds stable, but along with your salary, are you
that's
going
a
to
good
allow him
calculator.
to run the family? Are you going to allow him to run the home? Are you going to allow him to lead? Or are you going to say, because I make more money, I'm going to lead this home?
Lovely. I think you're focusing on the money. I guess what I'm trying to get y'all to see is the
I was
money is
trying
just a
to take it
symptom of
away
what I'm
from that.
talking about.
That's what I was trying to get you away from. Is
Yeah.
like without the
The money is
money,
just a
without the
symptom.
money.
The money is
Yeah.
the money is a symptom of what I'm talking about because of the
Okay.
fact that if you make that amount as a grown man and you're comfortable with that, there's a lack of drive, there's some poor decision making, there's something going on if you are making $30,000 a year and you almost a half of a century. Something is
Based
not
on what?
matching up.
Based
Based
on what?
like based on socioeconomic facts, right? If everybody wants to live and they want to live well, if you're a 50-year-old man making $30,000, that's all you can make. And again, it's probably you probably got, and I'm making assumptions. Like I tried, somebody tried to date me one time that didn't have a car. So I was like, why would I date somebody who doesn't have a car? Oh, I could just had a bad break. I could have my L suspended. There you go. I'm not dating nobody who got their L suspended unless you got a plan to get your L's back. Like so,
I
there's
get you.
symptomatic
Well,
things that go with
I,
that. Is what I'm trying to say.
I get you.
I get you. I get
I
you.
think he's
And
talking about
that's what we're
motivation.
trying to show women is that on the first date, are you going to make that same man who you're telling because you make $30,000 a year a good date?
We not going on no date.
I think she's talking about lack of motivation.
Yeah,
Because you think about it, if you're 50 and you still making $15 an hour, you apparently weren't motivated
something wrong.
for a
You
long
rode
Yeah,
time.
a
You
short yellow.
comfortable.
I get
Something
that.
You
wrong,
gotta be
right?
I
I
see
comfortable
where
or
she's
understand what you're
something.
saying.
going.
I understand what you're
I
saying.
do.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
think
because
it's
I had drive at a
help
very young
motivate
age,
that.
and yeah, so I know
me
what she's
too.
saying. There's a drive. There's something where you don't want to be smarter. You don't want to learn nothing. You don't want to become anything. At that age, if you like,
Correct.
you haven't became nothing by 50. You pretty much done.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you, Spock. And
Oh,
and that's
I
my point.
understand what you're
And
right.
there may
saying.
be
Yeah, I
somebody
understand what
perfect
you're
for
saying.
I
him.
get
It
what
may be
she's saying
somebody
too.
making $12 an hour, and they might be in perfect happy family. I'm just saying,
So
Yep.
how
don't try
can
to
you be
guilt
the
Yeah,
them.
motivator?
worse off than him.
How do you
Right.
motivate somebody to do something that they're
They
uncomfortable
gotta
with?
motivate
'Cause
themselves. Right.
Right.
well,
Thank you.
well,
Thank you, Kev.
well, that was the thing. True. What Nikki said was, hey, if they're not motivated, but sometimes they need somebody in their life to help give them that prompt to help
Right.
motivate them
No,
to
I'm not about to do
help.
what the freak.
No,
I'm a
you know
grown
what I'm
person.
saying, Kev. You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying,
you though,
Kev.
but you
Yeah.
shouldn't. That's going back to relying on somebody to
No, it
become a better
is, and
person.
because it's going
I
back to
tell people we might
validation.
need one each other, but we
Okay,
shouldn't rely on
support,
one another. You know what I'm saying?
support,
Yeah,
It's not reliant. No,
support.
it's
What
not
if
she's
that
looking
man
reliant.
for a
has a vision?
self-reliant man. Yeah.
It's not. It's not
Hold up, it's
reliant.
like it's two, three of y'all talking at one time. Ooh.
It's not. It's not reliant on the woman. It's like when we're in a relationship. It's all about motivation. It's about you inspired me to do something better. When you're in a relationship, you're always supposed to look at that woman and she inspired you to think of something, trying to own a business. And
I
same
feel
thing,
you.
vice versa. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We shouldn't say, no one should
Mm-hmm.
say reliant. You
I
should
think
be,
your mentality got to be there. Go.
no, no,
I
no,
like
no, no.
myself, huh?
It's like a woman, like you, a woman can visualize it, but you're going to dream it. You know what I'm saying? So a woman is
Yeah.
gonna put it all together to make it reality. It's just like you build a home, she make it up. Well, you build a house and a woman makes it at home. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
See, look, I get like that's why I feel like you should have okay, you should have a woman that will make you like want to push, right? Some I get what you mean in a way, right? But what I'm meaning like with that, I don't want to kind of put that message in that type of way because like it gets to a point where somebody like kind of lacking, and then they're going to be dependent on that woman to push this extra thing that wasn't
Yeah.
even in their mind already.
In the
Already, you know what
first
I'm saying?
place.
I
Yep.
feel like you should have that. That's why I was meaning like you should have that mentality already and yeah,
Right.
of course, she can enhance it or it can help.
Yes.
But when we put
Yes.
it like motivate me, you should have self
saying? Yeah,
motivation already before you get motivated. That's what I'm
That's
Right.
saying.
it,
Like
Kev.
even with happiness, you should
Right,
have that
right.
first peace
right.
and all that other stuff. Like it
Yeah. First.
shouldn't. That's why I was meaning like it shouldn't rely. But I get you saying like it should boost. Yes, it should boost, but just
Should
don't
have.
rely on that person to do it.
Right,
Right.
Right.
right. I
And
hear
then you're
you. I
seeking
hear you.
Think
validation.
about it
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
When you
I
was in
get you.
high school, the dude with the car got the girls. So you say, "Well, damn, I'm gonna get me a car." You say, "What I got
Right.
to do to get that car?" That you got to
Yep.
be motivated. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I
You get-
feel
Yeah,
you. I feel
you
you
ain't
though.
never had a car.
Some people be needing it too. I feel you.
Right.
And okay,
And
I mean,
I've da-
that happened to a lot of us too. Of course, we get because if I look at somebody that's ripped up and stuff, of course, I want to work out a little bit more and stuff. So
right,
I get it as a human brain. Yeah, I feel
right,
you though, but we
right.
still gotta that stuff still gotta start with first. It shouldn't take another person to for us to all of a sudden think about it, right? I'm
Right.
just saying we
correct.
gotta work on self so much that it's just maybe it's a little boost or something that that make you want to
Hmm.
move even further, something like that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And
Can
that's
can
where I
I
agree
address?
with Nikki is like, Nikki, I see your points and what you've done and what you're doing and what you're making as a woman, because there are many of us women. I was in a position where I had 2 degrees and had a job and then lost my job because of contracts of the system. And I met my husband in a time where I was in a construct and he wasn't making that much money. But as soon as I
Mhm.
got a job 7 months later, guess what? We built together. We built
Yeah. And
together.
I
So
think
it,
that's
it,
lovely.
it can go both ways. It really
Yeah.
can.
And I don't
Well,
be let's be clear. I date somebody who make less than me with no problem. But your
Right.
mentality gotta be in a
The
Yes.
place where
mentality,
you
right.
really
yeah,
Yes. The
yeah.
mentality. I agree. Your
and
mental,
listen,
your
Oh,
mental
somebody
state
said
of
my favorite
mind.
word, huh? I
Hmm.
heard mentality.
yeah, and,
Yes.
li-
That
and
and that accountability, but they have to be gone
Think,
through
oh,
their
don't say too
accountability. I
much.
know. I'm not gonna.
I might bring the
I'm not
lotion out
gonna
when y'all
say
say
the A
that.
word. I'm not gonna say the A word.
but
Yeah, I think that's
to
what
your
she's
I'm gonna
point,
saying.
say
That's what she's
it's too
saying.
much to take at one
Mentality,
time.
motivation,
Yes.
accountability. That's what you're looking
Exactly.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's
The
it. That's
last
how
one
Exactly.
I
it
get
has
it
to
out,
happen.
the last one I get it out is the emotional control. I
Yeah.
don't want to be able to control
Right.
myself.
Yeah.
And
You
I
gotta
want
have
to,
that.
You
I want to
have
address
to have
Mr.
that.
Can
It's
I
Well,
address
emotional
Mr.
intelligence, man.
Hey,
You gotta
Kev.
not
hmm
only understand how to handle your own emotions, you gotta understand how to
Other
handle
people's
the
emotions.
emotions that other people present to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
So
well,
you don't
You know the
carry it
reason
with
why,
you.
and I do, and like I said, I feel the emotional intelligence, right? Even though I don't preach on it that much, but I'm more focused on, even though they say awareness is the first thing that come with emotional intelligence, but I'm saying like I'm focused. That's why I like saying control, because a lot of people get triggered off the control word, anyways. Just because that's why I love it. I love doing it because it can
Yeah.
get them, especially the
Yeah,
ego-driven people and
control. I
stuff.
like
Well,
that
what
word
ain't
better.
no control going on, you know what I'm saying? But it's really emotional regulation, though. But that's the reason why I speak on that so much, because that's how we don't know when to shut up when we supposed to shut up, or you know what I'm saying. So that's why I always talk about emotional control so much. I just love when I hear people say that and all that. But I love making people burn. That's what I'm saying. But
Right.
It's trigger words.
Control
Trigger
is a
words.
big
They
thing
get
there.
off.
trigger
They get
word, I
off on
love
certain
it.
words.
Yeah, I love it, man.
And you
Mr.
know, I
Print,
mean,
Mr. Print. Oh, sorry.
go
Hey,
ahead,
how
Nick.
you guys doing?
Mr.
Hey,
Prince. P, I
I
mean,
wanted to
Hey,
address your
Mr.
comment.
Prince.
Money is
Hey,
not a determinant factor on who
I'm
runs the
gonna I'm
house,
gonna
in
take us
my
a few
opinion.
minutes back in the conversation here.
Okay.
Someone was talking. I don't remember which lady it was talking about like how to like motivate a man, and then the conversation kind of went into you really shouldn't have to motivate. I think what maybe motivate wasn't the right word for what she was trying to get to, but I'll try to make this quick. This was advice that
take
came
your time.
from my grandmother, and it was when she was speaking to my wife before we were married, and she said, your greatest strength as a wife is going to be the way that you can either shut down or push forward your husband to go and achieve the things that he wants.
Right.
And I'm sure people in this room have probably seen it's like a 2-minute video of like a couple going through like a relationship conversation on a talk show. And the wife was asking, well, how do I get my husband to discipline his boys because they're not acting like men in the way that he is a man? And then the lady that was mediating the conversation, she said, okay, well, show me how you ask your husband this. And she's like, well, he'll come home and I'll be like, well, both your boys are being disrespectful and they're not listening to anything I say. And then she's like, no, watch, I'm going to show you how to talk to your husband. And she says, when your husband gets home, have him sit down. You sit down with him, you grab his hand, and you point out to him that his boys are going to be growing up to turn into men that are not like him, and ask him how he feels about that.
Hmm.
And point out to him that you need him to provide the example of the father and the man in the house, and you need to help them get on track to become that man. And what I'm getting at is, as from a men's perspective, I love my wife because she will get me to see things her way and get me to get behind an idea, almost like making me feel that it's my idea. Does that make
Hmm.
sense? It's not like she's manipulating me, but
Hmm.
She's finessing you.
she's
That's what
using
women
her
do.
feminine abilities to get me to be motivated to push in a direction that she thinks is going to
Yep.
better
Right. Better the
whatever
house.
she is seeing that I can't. And
Right.
that's
Yeah.
what I think we're
That's
talking
that
about. It's not really
femininity right there. I'm
motivation.
gonna say it wrong too. That femininity that do that
I
to
don't
you.
think the word is
Femininity.
motivation
Yeah.
because that's a part of it. Like, a woman can either give her husband the drive and the initiative and the reinforcement to say, you know what, I am capable of pushing in this direction, or
Encouragement.
he can shut his dreams down. And so I kind of think that, as a woman, if you want to help motivate your man, you know,
Support.
just don't approach him like a man, approach him like a wife, and be supportive, and give him the mental space and kind of put him in a position where he can overcome these obstacles, and then it'll seem like it's his idea, but really you were behind him, pushing him, getting him there. That's the power that I think women have, in my opinion. And it's a great
Yeah, that's
power.
finesse.
Women got way more power than they think.
Oh, they
Oh,
do.
it's
Yep.
We know.
They
And
do.
that's why us women are trying to tell other women, look, we need to come together. And we are actually some of the best entrepreneurs, that help. Entrepreneur doesn't just come with business, it comes with running a household.
That's where it
Mm,
starts.
The man protects and provides.
mm.
And the women, a lot of times the women is in charge of the finances. They're in charge of what comes in the home, what goes out the home, you
Yeah.
know, how the
That should just
children
depend on
are
y'all strengths and weaknesses, right, Lovely? Because some men are better
yes.
financially sound,
I
some
I
women aren't.
get
So
that.
yeah.
Well, and that's where us women need to choose. You have to choose a man, just like everybody wants to have that same constructive criticism that says, well, men do this, well, men do that. Well, what do women do? Women do this, men do this. You have to come together.
Can't say
You
that
get
for
a
too long.
chance to you get a chance to spread your legs, and just like he gets a chance to spread his seed.
Don't say that too much.
One sex isn't any better than the other. That's what I have a problem with, it seems
One
like
sex will get banana for talking about the other sex. The other sex can do whatever they want. That's the
that's
difference.
not true. Y'all men have such a double standard, and and whenever somebody tries to challenge the double standard, they just get shut down or
Ask
overtalked.
Andrew Tate. See how far he went.
Well, I'm gonna say this. To the income based said that black, that a man making $30,000 a year is, is way less. Well, on the national average for a man for 40 to 49 is only making $47,900 a year. That's on the
Yep.
average. So
I'm not average.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, black men. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
not average.
Do you
so
know? You know it's a
and
pros
even
to
that.
being average though, because
Hmm.
especially for a woman, right? Because they
Hmm.
don't date down, right? So you
Right.
close your doors the higher you go. That's mean the less men that you're going to try to look forward to. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I think like if you, yeah, it's not the same because women don't
The
date. I
numbers
don't doubt
thing.
a woman
Yeah.
gonna date down. I don't think the average woman dates down.
No, women don't date now. They don't.
I
They date
mean,
up.
I don't know though. I mean, I'm not on the dating scene. I've been married for 14 years. So it's like I was young when I found my wife, and we both didn't really have much going for us. I mean, I was a high school dropout,
Mhm.
and she had just done some college that didn't really mean anything. And it's like, we got together and started a family, and then she was like, I want to go to school, so I took care of stuff while she went to school, and then she was like, why don't you go to school? Why don't you decide on something you want? That's what I mean about like finessing and motivating and stuff. It's like I was totally happy being a laborer, busting my butt for $20 an hour and taking care of business. But she got me to consider another idea, another method, and then I went to college and I bettered myself. And then she was able to not have to go work anymore, and now we just we have our own business together. But the point is we both saw
Awesome.
that we were worth each other's time, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to ruin her investment in me by not failing, and she had the same kind of idea. She didn't want to, take for granted all the effort I was putting in for her to go to school. And I don't know, it's just a matter of like respecting the person and their time and their commitment. So I don't know. That's how I view it. The money
Well, and
doesn't.
I think men do the same thing though too. Like I mentioned my personal circumstances earlier when I already had two boys when I didn't even have a bachelor's degree. Once we got together, I was like, man, get this degree. Because he worked for a university and I was getting ready to go to work for a university. It was like, get your degree. And then he got his master's degree. It's like, you got to both push each other, push each other. You got to grow together. You have to build together. You
I
can't
agree
I
just
with you.
agree.
say, well, I
I
do
think the
this
woman pushed
and
the
you
man
do
more
this.
though.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And I
woman
get
do.
it though. I get what y'all meaning though. Now the more I keep thinking about that, yeah, and that's what, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's because that's how men operate and stuff. Like a woman could push a man past his limits sometimes from what
Yeah.
he feel like he was limited and all that.
Yeah.
But
I
Right.
mean,
how do a man push that woman though? I'm trying to think on that.
because
Well, if I
it's
can
all it's when
comment
you
on
push it
that.
your woman. you always motivate. You always be there for her,
Allowance.
have her back. You know what I'm saying? Say, baby, you know what? And just talking to her in a calmly husband
Baby,
way.
you need your booty fatter. That's like, no,
You know
Stop
what I'm
it,
saying?
kid.
Like
I
you
mean,
know
women,
what?
when
Nah,
you talking to
I'm
your
trying to
wife,
think, how do you do it without hurting a woman?
well,
Baby,
no,
I
I
think you
mean,
need a
women
hydro
more
education. What
for
you trying to say? I'm
women
dumb.
than it is for
I mean,
men.
And
Though.
come to
So
fight.
Right?
you
That's why I
talk to
said
her
I
just like
can't
you're
see it
talking to
happen the
her.
opposite way, man. It's weird to
Oh,
me.
it works. Oh, it works. Believe you
Uh,
me. Because
I'm
when I was
scared. I'd
married,
rather take her push. Just push me, baby. I ain't about to
That's
say
right.
anything.
Do my butt look big in this dress? Don't answer.
yeah, you know what I mean? But
I'm not
but
about to fall for some, but baby,
we
we
talking
need to
about
go to that gym. What you trying to say?
yeah. But see, one thing about a woman, you know what I'm saying? A woman look at herself. She sees herself every day. You know what I mean? A woman gonna tell, man, I need to get in the gym. Because a lot of times she'll look at the next woman and be like, dang, should be doing what she's doing. You know what I mean? And men do the same. Some men do the same thing. They look at other men.
well,
Some of them be like, hey, he accept me how I am. It is what it is. This is baby fat.
I think for men, the job isn't really to motivate. I don't think that's our position.
Right. I don't think that either.
I think our position is to provide security. And when a woman feels truly secure, I think in your relationship, in your life, financially, and with your house and everything, I think that allows her to grow in ways and settle into the life that she wants more. And I feel like men don't realize how important that really is for a lot of women. I don't think a lot of women, because it's so scarce, I don't think they even realize that's something that should be more common, is that our job is to make them feel secure,
But
and our
but is
job
it
essentially is to make
but
us
is it
feel like we're doing a good job as a husband.
but
Like
isn't
we
that
both
still
have to give each other
motivation?
those energy.
Isn't that still motivation?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying
I
it's
don't think
not.
it's the
It's just
same.
it's just from a different
It's
perspective. Like
it's gonna be directly or indirectly. When
Yeah.
when you provide them with security, that's a motivation. That's motivate them to say, you know what, I'm good here. Everything's good at home.
exactly.
So now it motivates me to go do something better, to get better, to do better. I see my health is failing, or I see that I'm getting a little flabby. Oh, I need to get in the gym. My husband
Mhm.
doing XYZ, he got me secure. So that's a motivating for me to get to where I'm going without words. You're just doing it
I,
financially.
Yeah. So I
I
guess
feel like a man ego is
the
just
way
so
you
much
put
different
that
from a
aside, there
woman's
still is
ego, though. That's the reason
motivation.
why I think we get motivated more easily. Because it's like we can't, especially if our woman is the one that's pushing us, it's like we can't stay low for too long because we want to prove, something. That's what that ego stuff I was talking about. Because like, over a masculine trait, right? I think.
Should be. Should
Hey, I
be.
gotta run.
It seemed like it seemed like because they gotta be like that ambitious type. I don't know how to explain it, but basically, yeah. I feel like it is different because it's like it's only so much that the dude is gonna want to sit there and be comfortable, especially when the woman is like, hey,
Doing
baby, I just
everything.
I hope this and that. You gonna want to do because even if she push up for it, like if she do more for you, then it's like you got to do even more because it's just like this is how a man is.
Right.
Like we like, oh man, baby, you make me want to push even harder. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a real man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's a real
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's like you gonna always like it's that dominance type. I don't want to call it like that, but it's just that I gotta, baby, I'm gonna show you more. You know what I'm saying? Type situation. Like even if
Right.
you thought that this is the limit, this is not the limit. I don't. It's just something like that. Uh,
Okay.
I just
I
I,
think
knew
I,
I
I just
wasn't
think
gonna let
that
nothing stop. I knew I was never gonna let nothing stop me from doing what I want. Nothing. I mean, I
boy,
always
I
had
see
that
nobody
drive.
stop you from chewing that.
You
Boy,
know,
no,
I'm
I mean,
chewing on
boy,
my
but,
you
ginger snap
never
cookies.
stopping me from eating
Yeah,
them.
I'm chewing on my ginger snap cookies.
Well, you say you had to get it out. You ain't care. You have never stopped. Talking about never stopping. That's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I mean, it was like, you know, I mean, I was just driven as a young person. Like I said, I saw what guys were getting the girls. That's what motivated me. So, I was like, I knew I wasn't gonna be 6'2", so I had to do something else. So, yeah. So I got my crap together. I said, I'm gonna drive me a sports car when I get 25. I was like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I mean, that's how I was. I said, I'm gonna have money in the bank by the time I'm 25, and I was. And I know what she's saying. The lady, she was saying that's what she's not necessarily looking for money. She's looking for somebody who has ambition, goals,
Yeah.
and is already working toward it. By 50, you should be pretty much
Correct.
partway there at least. you
Correct.
know, that's what she's saying.
Point.
Exactly.
Everybody don't get off the porch early.
And I'm okay with that, but it's just like this thing with guys. There's just this obvious double standard. Like, it's okay for y'all to choose somebody because of the way they look. You don't care if
No,
they
I
work at
agree with
McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, or whatever. But if a woman could want to choose somebody because he got his stuff together, she's the
That's
opportunist,
because
or
our
it
standards are
just doesn't
lower.
make any sense.
you.
we
Yeah.
don't ask for too much.
Yeah, I
Women
stand
We
ask
don't
for a
ask for
lot.
much.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
stand
We don't ask for much. I don't ask for much.
because for one, what I mean, if we can take what we're making on average $45,300 a year, and a woman that's making $19,000 a year. Yeah, that's more money in the house. That we can do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And then we get to there with baby. You know what I mean? A woman sees that, okay, 19 ain't a whole lot of money that I could go get my hair done, nails done. So she gonna be like, you know what? I need to get a better job to help put
Mm,
more money in the house so I could be able to go get my nails done. But a man is making that. A woman don't even want to touch a man making that 45,000. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're different between a woman and a man. It ain't a double standard. It's just facts. We're
it's
different.
just the way we
We will
wired.
accept the
Yeah.
woman that's making less because at the end,
Yeah,
just
but
like
can
Lovely
I say
said,
something?
she was
Can I say
unemployed.
something?
Hold on. Can I finish? Hold on.
Yeah.
A woman that is making less, Love said it herself. She said, I was jobless. I ain't had no job. And she met her husband. He didn't look at the materialistics of what she didn't have. She probably had a good body and she had good conversation. That's what we look
Right.
at. And a woman
That's all
don't
we
I
look at,
need.
kept
Yeah.
oh,
peace.
oh, you ain't got your L's.
Men
Oh,
don't
cool,
ask for
ain't
too
you?
much. All I'm saying.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
don't
care
ask for
about that
all
money.
of
We don't
what,
care about none of that.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you said it too, Nick. You said, oh, I don't want no man ain't got his L's. Okay, it might take you to help him get his L's. You might
I'm
not
not
have
about to
your
turn a
I've been
woman
L's.
in,
down because
You
she ain't
know
got no
what I'm saying?
L's. I know
I've
I'm
that.
just saying. I mean, I help my
That's a
ex
W
wife.
for me. It's like,
well,
Right.
see, I don't
Well,
think
when
that you're
I
getting the
was
point,
married.
BK.
Yeah, no, I got you. I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is men look at things a little different from what women look.
Of
We
course,
don't
we
need
different. We
all,
different creatures.
yeah.
yeah,
That's why you
yeah,
say, because you said we had double standards. We don't have double
But
standards.
Oh, y'all
We
yeah.
have,
do.
Because
Y'all have
we,
double
could I
we,
standards.
don't,
say
Y'all
we
do.
don't,
something?
we don't have our
Yes,
standards as high
Tiziana, go
as
ahead.
women's. Huh?
No, could I
Tiziana been
say
trying to talk.
something? Yeah, because it's like it's almost like all this conversation is very stereotypical. And in my little humble opinion, we're all different, and we have our like for men or men for a woman. So, you know, to me, the big point is to know ourselves. So once we know ourselves and we are where we're supposed to be, we can match the right type of person, you know. Because if we keep on is like, well, I need the money. I hear a lot of men is like, oh, I need to have the car and I need to have the house and I need to have a bank account because woman likes nice car. But then they find exactly what they're looking for, you know, it's like end up, you know, sadder than before. But in reality, you know which kind of woman is suited for him. You know what I
just got
mean?
buns at the end.
Does that
You got
mean
all that for
something?
some buns.
Right. But you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, I do. I think it's like self-reflection, Tiziana, and I agree with what Lovely was saying earlier. Like, Lovely, it could be somebody who makes 30,000, but they don't have no car note. They own their house. right? They got a pension, so they 30,000 really looking more like 100,000. That's why I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm not trying to just talk about the money. It's
Mhm.
the circumstance, and like the real Spock said, it's about
Right.
your drive, motivation.
Most
You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
your ability to pick yourself up and regroup if something
Exactly.
happens. You don't just, oh, well, I lost my job, now you about to jump off a building, like that
Right.
type of thing. You know,
Yeah,
it's
and
a
Right.
women,
different
and that's how
mentality.
Right.
women look at it though. But the opposite way, men don't care about all that. That's what I'm just saying in general. Like it is literally, we're wired literally different. We don't look at it. They, oh, dang, you can't keep up with a car or something like that. It don't even really be that serious. It's like really, we like kind of choose like peace and how
yeah.
if you could be a good mother or it's just the little stuff. It don't have to be because we the ones that's already trying to protect and provide. We don't need somebody to protect and provide for us. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we really
Yeah, I
is
can
like two
understand that.
different things. We our interest is different, but it is a plus. You know what I'm saying, to have money and all that stuff. But it's just not a. It's not like an interest or something that men just look forward to. Like, man, I'm gonna make sure she got a big bank or something like that, or make sure she got ambition or something. I mean, it ain't really. I don't think it was that serious like that.
I mean, you got some of them that are materialistic.
Oh
It's about,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I hear a lot. I heard one guy say, I want me a sugar mama," and he was serious. I'm
that's because
like,
he was broke.
yeah, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So there are some men out there that
It's
are
the
motivated by
circumstances too.
money. Right, in the circumstance. Yeah, you're right.
Because he probably got about 3 baby mamas or something and need a.
Probably live home with his mama.
Right,
And I just think
exactly.
it's
Them
I
the
think
type of
it's
guys, right?
But then, you know, and sad about it, they're gonna be the main one getting them good with
Mm,
and run all over them. You know what I'm saying?
yep. And then mess them up, and then next minute they like, I hate all men. Them
Mhm.
the what they say, the pookies and the ray rays. Them the ones that they do, and they be the ones that be slanging them and all that stuff, and they be in love and swearing. Then that's when the woman think that every man is like that guy and stuff.
I totally disagree, Kevin. I feel like
Go for that 1%.
you as
But
men,
Huh?
y'all
we got
hold
to
on
be
to that hurt
careful with who
more
we
than us.
choose. Oh, go ahead, Nikki. Sorry, I didn't hear you talking.
No, that's okay, lovely. I was just saying, I feel like the men they hold on to the hurt more than us. We're nurturers, so when something doesn't work for us, we usually can pick back up and find somebody else that we want to nurture. Y'all, when y'all get hurt, are the ones that you scorch the earth and women ain't ish and all that type of stuff. We generally bounce back from that. Most women.
Yeah,
No,
because it's easy for y'all to
Okay,
find the next thing. You know what I'm saying?
but
And when a dude find a girl, he
but
put all his time in one girl. So of course he gonna be scorned or something like that. She could just
but
the next guy be
some
like, "Oh,
women
I got
though.
you. I want to feel sad for you." You know what I'm saying? Then they get with the next guy. But they don't get scorned until they realize that they just getting used. That's when they get scorned, right? So I can understand the difference though. That's just how it is.
The scornness
I
ooh, that's a good word. That's probably a new topic, scornness. Because if you think
Scorn
about
how
it,
you?
sometimes women, especially if there are children involved, guess who those children most likely are to be with if you become a single mom.
yeah,
And you
that's
know what's
true.
funny? They scoring it shows in the next relationship too. That's
Yeah,
make it worse. So of course they don't get to voice it because they showing a man the next man the same exact thing. So that's probably why they don't get to voice it that much.
I mean, I get that part. You know what I mean? I guess the women are in that category are more stable. That's why I feel like that's why women are more stable than most men. You know,
Because
Is that
it's only
because
fair.
of the
they
man
got
or
the
because
law
of the
helping them
system?
too.
Yeah. So what?
Is that because of the man or because they use the system to involve themselves in between because a relationship goes bad
But
and you have a child together, why does the woman get the child?
Because y'all are more stable.
Stable from what? But stability comes from what?
Both parents.
yeah, the parents
Stabil
gonna take them
when
in
you're
too.
talking
Yeah,
about stability, are you talking about how you can provide for a child?
Both. I mean,
something like
y'all are
that.
more stable all the way around. Emotionally, physically, financially, women are more stable. When we leave a relationship, we have to leave and drop everything: house,
Mm.
car, dog,
Hmm.
I
cat.
get you. No, I get
You
what
know
you
what I'm
mean.
Yeah,
We
saying?
I
left
get
So
what
dry
you're
after
when
that,
saying.
we
right?
Yeah,
leave,
he was saying
right,
it the
when we
same
leave
way
a
I was.
relationship,
Yeah,
when we
yeah.
leave a relationship, we leave with hardly with nothing. So we have
Mm.
to go back over. So when a man leaves, what do a man try to take? Some men, I ain't gonna say all, most men, a real man would say, you know what, baby, you got my kids. You keep the house. You keep the car.
Yes.
I'm gonna get it all over again. That's what I mean. That's what most
Mm.
the kids, because they are stable.
But the problem
Mm-hmm.
is
They got
We're
something
not
women,
to.
can
stable.
women keep the kids away from men?
That's the
What about
unstable.
when, huh?
Them the emotionally unstable women.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, the emotionally. Right, exactly. That's right.
Emotionally, but they
I was
still
always like, you
stable.
can come
Fuck
get them
yeah.
whenever you want to.
Get them, I
Like, you
get
can
you.
beat them up.
Right. But you
Like,
I'm
"Hey,
stuck
I'm gonna
back
get
to.
see one thing about it, most times we would be with a woman, we done probably most men done burnt bridges so far so deep they can't go backwards. You know what I'm saying? So now they got to go stay at the
Mhm.
homeboy house, or they got to sleep in the car, or they got to sleep somewhere that they ain't got no business sleep. And that's why a lot
Mhm.
of times men move on so fast because they see a woman with a is stable.
Mhm.
And emotionally, we haven't figured out how to handle our emotions. So we're trying, as they say, it takes one to get over one. That's the saying. And that's what we
Mm.
live by. Okay,
So
I
why
got
do
to
you
go get the
think with
next one.
men that that happens? Why do you think that there's an instability or instability in men in comparison to women instability?
Because a lot of them don't want to face their fears.
Mm.
As they say, what's your favorite line, Kev? They don't want to take accountability for their action.
Oh,
Yep.
Most don't. You know what I mean? Until it's too
Mhm.
late, till they done got into another relationship and damaged that relationship. And
Mhm.
mm.
now they're angry. Now you got um, two people on your conscience that you done, you know, messed up on. And some don't get it. Some will never get it. But the ones that are getting it are open their eyes are seeing that, dang, I did all this in the wake of my hurt.
They living and learning.
Mm.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No, I
So
squeeze it in.
I mean,
that's why I
think
feel
about
like,
all the relationships that we've all been through in our whole life.
huh?
Think about all the relationships that we've ever been through our whole life. What did we
I
learn
don't,
from them?
I don't even
I
want to
ain't been.
talk.
No, I wasn't either, but I was in a few.
Yeah.
Married 17 years and then now remarried almost 7 years.
Mm.
So it's like you live
It's
and you learn. It's
it's
like
like
you
I knew
base
my
those.
ropes already. I was literally in like one serious relationship. I don't count that one I was in when I was young, young. That was just me saying that
So you didn't
we
count
had
it. You
sex and I'm
discounted
girlfriend and boyfriend. No, that wasn't count. But I had one real one. One real one because I knew the other chicks I was messing with. I already knew. It's just like I can call it already. Like, nah, they just something for the night, or they just something for the year. If it was a situationship or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't like that. I would say if you've been in a bunch of relationships and you can't keep one of that's when you gotta say you gotta look at yourself. That's what I be saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't even trying to get I had one relationship. That's why I can really. That's the reason why because I know who I'm about to choose. I don't just be sitting. I wasn't never just out looking for it, and I be feeling sad for the people that look for it and can't keep them. So that means you got to put more work with yourself.
Hmm. I mean, yeah. When you
I
have
know that
multiple
burns.
relationships in a 5 year, 10 year span, there's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's
Mhm.
So I be hearing people bragging about I've been in these many relationships. Like, no, that's not a good flex. What the heck? You sound like a straight up problem. What the heck?
yeah. I
Every
mean,
every last election has always been the other person but you. What the heck?
mhm.
Something missing.
Yeah, like none of those people met your expectations. None of those people met, like, or
They
were
changed. They
you not?
changed on me, dog. You need to
Oh,
change your selection. That's when it to be changed. What
The
the?
problem, and that goes right back to accountability. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
yes,
You'll
sir.
jump from relationship and not take accountable for your actions and the things that you have done in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like the woman always points the blame at the woman. And you can't point the blame at the woman. I'm not saying she ain't have a part to play in it, but 90, I say 85% of the time it's the man. I can say, because I was one of them 85%ers.
Oh,
They realized that I was the problem. You know what I mean? I'm not 100% the problem, but I knew part of the reason why I wasn't married was some of my problem. You know what I
mm.
mean? But it is what it is.
It what it is,
Well,
you
I
know.
think that that's what
That's
it
gonna be my
is.
next tattoo.
Everybody needs to take accountability for themselves, man or
Yep,
woman.
yep.
That's a
Every
good thing,
decision you
you
make,
know.
you take accountability for, even
Once,
if you feel like you shouldn't be accountable. That's the only way to
right,
Right.
change yourself.
and once you come to understand, like myself, you know, that I had a few things that I had to, you know, overcome, you know, just for myself, you know, then it's the beginning, you know, you build yourself a better you. There's
Mhm.
Right.
nothing wrong. It's like I don't know why people have so much. It's so hard, especially the older we get, to admit that, you know, it's like we have a few learning experience. You know, there's no such age to say, hey, you know, maybe I need to reevaluate that kind of thinking. You know,
Mhm.
Nah, sometimes some people get stuck in their ways. They don't look at it that
Yeah.
way. Some people feel like they done learned
Hmm.
enough.
Right.
Yeah, because before you take accountability, you actually have to acknowledge what you did wrong in order for you to hold yourself accountable for
A
what
lot
you
of
did
people don't
wrong.
feel like they did wrong. If they don't feel like it, it's a
Hmm.
rock. That's one thing
Exactly.
I just learned in general. That's why I'm like, whatever. I correct every single day of my life. That's why. That's when you know a person is truly trying to better themselves. Some people just talk it just to talk it to make themselves feel good. You know,
Hmm.
I need to work on this. I need to work on this. You've been saying that for 20 years. You need to work on it, so you're not trying hard enough.
Right.
You just not honest with yourself. That's what I be saying. And what's not being honest with yourself? That's back to what we was talking about. Is delusion. You want to we live in delusion. When you don't be honest with yourself, you got to keep lying to yourself. That's delusion.
Delusion and denial.
Yep. Delusion denial, which brings deflects.
Yep.
Mhm.
And which actually projects onto other people how you're really feeling because you haven't acknowledged what you're doing. So now you're going to be
Right.
angry and mad
Right.
and
Right.
resentful, and now you're going to treat people like shit
Right.
because
Say that again.
you haven't
Shit.
held
Right.
you haven't held
And that's
yourself
how I be though.
accountable for your stuff. You know, and then you that's what falls in the
That's
victimization
the
role,
Yeah,
playing the
that's the people
victim.
that rather check everybody else but themselves. That's why they feel like when
Hmm.
that's just how. It's so funny though, because it's too funny, dog. I ain't gonna lie, I learned so much off this, especially off this app. I just learned so much, man. It's funny to me. It's so funny. It get repetitive too. I ain't gonna even lie, dog. I could literally identify a lot of people just for talking to. There are 100 people out here. It's so easy.
Yeah, that is true. Everybody say they this and that, but you listen to them long enough,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Yo, bro. No, you're not, sis. No, you ain't. You ain't healed. No, you ain't. Just pretending. No, you ain't.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
You
It's
faking it till you.
crazy.
They faking it until they make it, but you ain't gonna make it like that. They continue to be something that you think. That's what I call what they say. That's what you call a Decepticon.
Yes. A Decepticon.
Right.
That sounds like
Y'all let
Mr.
me do the same thing. Hold up.
A
I got a
Dece-
robot voice for that.
well, that's why they say make up to fake up.
Yeah.
Make up to fake up. You know, how much makeup are you going to put on? How much eyelashes are you going to put on? How much hair are you going to put on? How much
Oh,
of this outfit are you going to put on? Make up to fake up.
you about to make this room go to 300.
All right.
And I'm thinking,
Just talk
I'm
about
sitting
stick
here
with
like, what's
talking with the
wrong with
men.
lashes and what's wrong with lashes and what's wrong with hair and nice outfits? Like, what's that's not making up nothing. That's just how you choose to step out the house. I grew
Mm-hmm.
up like that. Like I grew up,
Right.
when you went outside, you dressed nice, like you
Yeah.
dressed
Yeah.
presentable. You kept
It
yourself clean. You
presentable.
kept your hair done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I did a
it's
live
nothing.
about this.
Exactly presentable.
I did a
Presentable.
live
So,
about this.
And presentable is relative,
mhm,
right? Because presentable to you may just be putting your hair in a ponytail. Somebody else, they
yeah.
may have to have. I don't wear a full face of makeup when I go out, so I don't relate
Hmm.
to that. But I don't knock anybody who does, though. That's their choice. If
Oh
that's what
yeah.
make them
Right.
feel good
No,
when they go out the house,
me either, Nikki. I
Do
agree.
yeah.
do you
I
feel
agree.
like okay? Let's get somewhere. It's like no, but do you feel like is it a crime? Well, I can't say a crime. Is it a bad thing if somebody say that they prefer somebody to be natural or women to
No,
embrace their natural instead of doing all
no.
this extra stuff for no reason and don't even know the reason why they're doing it?
No, I 100% agree. I feel like your preference is your preference, And what the issue is, though, goes back to my comment about double standards is those same men who say they like natural be the ones, thirsting after pages on women who are totally not natural. Those are the women that they're giving compliments to. Those are the women they'll say inside their head. It's nothing wrong with like natural. I think it's important to like natural because you need to know who you're gonna wake up with.
That don't make
Because with
sense
all
to
the
me.
makeup,
Then why
Makes
would they?
sense.
Why would they do
Definitely.
that? And why would they? They gonna talk down on it, and then, that's weird.
oh,
I'm
it's a
trying
lot
to
of men
think.
who do it, Kevin.
Cause I know
Oh,
dudes will
it's a
sleep
lot
with
of men.
anything nowadays, especially the ones that ain't got no standards or nothing like that. They don't care if you got makeup or that. So why would they cry about makeup and if they gonna sleep with anything anyway? I don't know. That's weird.
I see a
That sounds
lot of
like a
men do it.
front.
They prefer natural. They prefer natural, but anything that they liking, bigging up, giving props to, look like Hollywood. But they'll say they prefer natural. I just see it often.
I think every
I
man do prefer natural. I think I'm 100% sure of that because eventually got to see their wife natural when that stuff come up. They don't go to sleep with that stuff on their face. So they just it's like tricking themselves into a relationship when you gonna see the real face regardless. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Well,
I
you're not
don't know.
only going to see the real face, you're going to see the real characteristics. What's behind that?
Yeah.
What's behind that?
Yeah.
I
I'm glad I ain't
reason
one of
why
them.
I try to
I,
enforce it because I want people to love their natural. Like even with like I said, I be mentioning about this thing right here, man. I don't be sitting there trying to diet. If it get worse and worse, it is what it is. People gonna see me for me. I'm not about to sit here and put on an act to get to even attract the wrong person anyway. Most of the time we attracting the wrong people anyways, just because we want to
Mhm.
look good on an external and our internal looking horrible and still low confidence and all this stuff because we gotta hide ourselves on certain things. It's like we gotta figure a way to boost our confidence, be careful. I mean, be comfortable of who we really are. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We'll never get comfortable. We gotta hide everything.
That's true. I agree. Cause I ain't hiding nothing. And and me, I like and I don't look at women with makeup. That's just me. I'm a one percenter. That I don't have to look at a woman that, there's some pretty women that do have makeup on, but I know it's just makeup.
Right.
What do you look truly behind that makeup?
Who I'm really talking to, right?
Mm,
You know,
discernment.
that's why I love it.
Yeah.
I
I
touch
love
my
natural.
eyes a lot, so
You be
I don't
prepared.
put much. Once in a while, it's like I like to just dress up and put some eyeliner and, some mascara, stuff like that. But,
Of
I
course.
think
Yeah.
everyone,
But we not
Of
thinking about where
course.
this beauty standard came from. Like I said, I had a live about this a long time ago, man. Because we just following the
You
people, the
did.
so-called people
You
we be saying that we don't like or something like that. They the ones told us what our beauty standard is, and we going with it. I must wear makeup because this. One time I had caught this one girl, and that's why I tried to tell her. I'm like, man, you don't need to be doing it. I feel like I'm rough without it. I'm like, dog, stop talking to yourself like that. You're not. You gotta stop saying this about yourself, man. You way better than this, man. You gotta embrace what you are, cause like you are not your makeup. That's what I'll be telling them. You are not your makeup. People are not. Even like this, if you talk about somebody's behavior, they be feeling like you are your behavior too. Like, no, you can change that. You are not this person. You can change all this stuff. You can change. People be making it seem like they take offense to what's just a cover up. You know what I'm saying? That's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dog, I'm just telling you that I love you for you. You don't have to do all this stuff on and put all this extra stuff on. If you do, that's a problem right there. If you got to put all this on just to get you a person, that's not the person for you. You know what I'm saying? We got to really think
Mm-hmm.
deep on this situation. Like you should nobody. That's why I never get like how some people even get mad about that. Like, dude, I'm telling you, just be you so you can get the right person for you. Like, dude, you might as well be my whole lie his whole entire time, and you find out the real about him, and then it's crazy.
Well, what
Hey,
you give
Kevin, I
yourself
just hope
is
that
what you
this
attract.
streams on
Boy got a
TikTok
magnum
is
all this
not
time
the
and pull out a
norm.
lifestyle. Gotcha.
Yeah. You hear me, Kev?
Huh?
I just hope that the extremes on TikTok is not the norm in the world. I hope that's all. You know what I mean? Because this extremes on TikTok. It's like one way on the other end and
Hmm.
way on the other end. I'm just hoping
Yeah.
that that's not the norm. I'm just
It's
hoping
getting
it's
Well,
just
kind of
the
normal.
TikToks.
It's getting kind of
you're
normal
right,
real
The-
fast.
Spock.
Oh
You're
man, I see
right,
what y'all
Spock.
talking
Actually,
about. Y'all
what it
scaring me
is.
now. Don't mess up and crack and stuff. My room jumped to 3,000 because they don't play.
No,
I just,
Spock is right. It's like there's a constant divide. It's divide
yeah,
you. You look this way, you need to wear this, you need to look this way, you
right.
need to listen to this, you need to watch this. It's a constant divide, and what it does is it divides you within who you are within yourself. It robs you of
Hmm.
your identity.
Hmm.
What?
It
Yeah,
really
like I said,
does.
If you
I just
allow
hope it's just the extremes that are talking the loudest on this app. That's what I think. That's what I hope. It's
Yeah,
just the
I get you,
extremes
Spock.
that are
I
talking
get
the
you, Spock.
loudest. The extremes are talking the loudest. Yeah. I don't think
yeah,
everybody's like crazy as these TikTokers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that with the internet, really, really, we emphasize too much on superficiality. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I
That's
remember
entertainment.
meeting people that they had charisma, the way they talk, how they carry themselves. It's beauty to me. It's so much deeper than an appearance. You know,
Right. Right.
Yep.
but that's
Absolutely.
where we got lost. I
Hmm.
think. You know.
The
Yeah.
iceberg effect.
Everybody worry about that. I made a post about that. Everybody worry about that image more than their character.
I've talked about it before, Kev. The iceberg effect. What you see on the surface, the iceberg below, it shows a lot more
Yeah.
than where you're really coming from. It's
Uh-huh.
the iceberg effect.
Huh?
I always tell my wife, I see her heart. That's what I see, the beauty in her. That's what I tell
Hmm.
her all the time. I look at your heart, not the outside. Tell her all the time. Even though she is beautiful on the outside, but I tell her I look at her heart.
I think once we learn how to stop caring about what other people think about us, right? 'Cause that's what I did too. Because I realized in order for me to even on my date now, right? You know, I need to take some time and look at it. But I put on there like my name. I was just being real because there's no use to faking. I know what I want, right? So I actually my name on there is celibate care, so because I can know I can weave it up. I'm not worried about them. Oh, you're lame. You're holding yourself or something like that. Let me know that's not the one I want. So that's what I
Right.
be
Right.
meaning about like us. Like okay, the woman that be got to put the makeup and all that stuff on and stuff. That's gonna weave out the people you don't need in your life. You don't just be yourself and you gonna get the man that you need because they already taking you for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. I mean about thinking about. Let's stop worrying about how you gonna worry about how I look and all that stuff. As long as you got your stuff done, even if you bald headed, you better rock that bald head or something. I don't know, just
Rocket. Right.
something that they can get the natural you, where you comfortable with you. And I'm pretty sure you want somebody that take a lot of them insecurities away and all that stuff. If somebody can love you for being you, you know what I'm
right,
Yep.
saying?
right,
Yep.
and not to
Exactly.
represent.
Hmm.
Come on,
And
Nikki,
I
say
think
Somebody.
a lot of people, that's what happens. They go in for the superficial things, and that's why they end up not together.
And traumatized, all this.
Mhm.
Like, dang, this dude is treating me wrong. This girl, that fat booty supposed to be girl, fat booty and peace. Get out of here. That's your
Exactly.
Have
fault. Should have
Is
looked
that
have
past that.
have you ever
that
stopped the
They
the
gonna blame
man
it on
that be
all
angry
girls,
about it?
all women. People be funny
That's
off
a
their
man. I'm
choices.
not gonna say name. But one thing that I did a video about it, it meant that DM me is like, then you go look at their profile, it's all like torso picture or biceps or this.
Surviving. What's the deal?
So I made a video, it's like if that's what you advertise and then you find exactly what you're looking for, don't complain that you're looking for a good woman because that's what you advertise. You're gonna attract what you advertise.
Hey, you know what?
Yep.
I'm gonna be real because I ain't trying to date nobody in this room anyways. Though I'm gonna be real about some of my red flags. This is what I do on my dating apps. As soon as I see some chest sticking out or something like that,
Oh yeah.
X. Soon as
Yeah.
somebody say, I need words of affirmation, X. Soon as
Swipe
somebody
left.
say they believe in the signs, X, I'm sorry. Because I'm
Swipe
big on
left.
accountability. And you're not about to blame
Swipe
anything on
left.
your
Swipe
sign while
left.
you act a certain way.
Swipe left.
Um, hold on, let me see.
So you
Did
swipe
I say the less
left
clothes
like
on?
999 times out of 1,000, right?
You said
Basically.
what?
Swipe left 999 times out of
Boy, you
1,000.
just don't know. My fingers be hurting swiping that X though. But it's just, like I said, I know my red flags now though. But it's just funny to me because, like I said, my red flags is revolved around peace. You know what I'm saying? So attention, people that's
Exactly.
the love of attention, I can't deal with that either because that gets dangerous if you're in love with attention. And a lot of people is like that. You're not giving me enough. Why do you know? Forget all that, man. Then they got to go online and let me show some stuff then so I can get some attention. Let me post a constant. Well, I ain't dealing with all that stuff. All that stuff I done learned from. That's why it's taking me so long because it is what it is. But I ain't gonna look out for not fool. I told y'all my last incident, like I realized that, and this girl was, me and her was two different mindsets, but I realized that I was more sexually attracted to her than anything. I mean, she was getting me though, I ain't gonna lie. But then that next day I had to calm down and then I breathed. I'm like, you know what? This not gonna be long term because I would have felt bad for myself because I know my red flags and I still pushed it anyway. So I was like, no, that's just my hormones talking to her. So let me get a chill day. And then I was smooth. And then I just broke it up with her. I was just like, man, no, I'm looking for long term. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
but people gonna force that. That's be the problem. People be forcing
Yeah.
stuff like that because they can't control it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's what we were saying. Yeah, exactly. You're right. That's it. Took me a long time to find the one because I decided to stop going for just a look.
Yeah,
And it
it
took a
ain't
long
about that.
time,
If
but
you got to go through that,
I had to
you got.
bypass thousands, man. I mean, I was skipping them fast, going through. I'm like, okay, nope, 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 nope. It took me a long time, a couple of years. I was looking, finally, I
Yeah,
found the right one. Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, you got to take your time. Yeah, you got to take your time, and you got to talk to the person for a while. You can't just jump into a relationship after a day or two.
Yeah.
You got to talk for a
You should.
while.
You
I
should
talked to
not.
my
If
girl
you
for
got to
like 2 years
sexualize
before I
yourself,
even, huh?
I
I
know. I was
talked
just
to my
saying, if you
girl
got.
for like two
Oh,
years, my wife now, before I, got serious with her. We talked for 2 whole years before we got serious, before we got anywhere. Because
there you go.
yeah, I wasn't gonna make a third mistake. 'Cause that was, a fourth mistake, as I say. Because
There you
I
go.
made three before. I was like,
What you
this
do,
last one is
lived
it.
and learned, huh?
I lived and
Right back
learned. I
to
was like,
it.
yeah, I lived
So,
and learned.
I love it.
so y'all dated for 2 years before y'all got married?
Yeah, yep. And now we got 6-year-old twins and a 5-year-old boy. Yeah, I mean, uh, yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, that took a long time because I raised my two middle kids myself because the mother was no good. You know, the courts kept trying to give the kids to the mother, but they kept ending up in foster care every time they did it. So finally, it took them all the way till I had them. I had them for the first 3 years. The mom was gone, and then she showed back up, and the courts just automatically gave it to her. I'm like, so and then they end up in foster care again, and finally the judge finally said enough is enough, and I end up raising them. So, but yeah, so sometimes the dads do get them, and
Yeah, very
they're both
random.
grown. They're both grown now. My son turns 18. He turned 18 yesterday. So that one, my two, and my daughter that's 18, she's in college at West Virginia. So, and I raised them two myself. So so sometimes the dad do end up with the kids.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I
This is
mean,
why
but
being men in our children's lives.
Yeah, mom nowhere to be found.
Wow. Well, it ain't too many that
Yeah,
get
they,
their
yeah,
kids.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
Man, a
ain't go
lot
too
of them.
happy because, of course,
And,
they do lean toward the moms. I know it because I know it for a fact
yeah.
because I went through it.
Oh yeah,
They
they
lean toward the
definitely do.
moms, no matter how bad she was. Yes.
They definitely do now. I do agree with you on that one.
Mhm.
Wholeheartedly, I agree with you on that one. Because I have two of myself, so I definitely know. Done been through the court system, so I already know they lean more towards her. So the woman. I mean, men is very slim, but it ain't alarming like the women.
Hmm.
And some men just ain't worth a doggone.
I mean, we was the same way when we was younger, so you can believe my get all the attention. Yes, I know.
Right. Yeah, there's 80.
Life of a man, right? I love you too, kid. Thanks. I'm gonna say.
And to that, what I mean, there are 80% women that gets the kids, and only 20% of the men get the kids. So that's
And you know one thing? I never talked bad about their mom to them. Like these other mothers be talking bad about the dads all the time.
Come on, don't
I
don't
never
live in
said nothing
delusion and
against
think
their
it's gonna
mom.
change.
Right. I never said nothing against their mom. I never see
That's-
no matter how bad she was. I never said nothing against her to the kids. You know, that's just wrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
You know, a lot of these mommies be doing that with these kids.
yeah,
You know.
their feelings, man, they hurt. And then they put it on the kids. Don't care how it impact the kids. They want the kids to hate the father as much as he hate him. So
Right. Right. That's not
resentment.
right. Yeah, that's not right.
when
Experience
you
that,
have,
Kev? Did you experience that?
Mm-mm.
You
I
so you
actually got a
speaking from
friend
what?
that I'm seeing that with a couple of my friends. So yes, I mean I seen it. I ain't got no
Yeah,
kids.
I think that when it comes to the whole parenting thing, I think on the men's side and the woman's side, I think sometimes we just choose people for the wrong reason, and then it don't come
Yeah.
out until you really have adversity and have those
Hmm.
challenges. That's when the real character comes up to play. When
Right.
everything is
Yeah.
hunky dory, everybody fine, but then
So
when
true.
challenges come, yeah, that really shows the true colors. And my mom never talked about my dad. I never talked about my son's father to his dad. I always just felt like he gonna make his form his own opinion about his dad. And I feel like there
Right.
are some women who do that, but I just think you have
You
to be
are a
really, really
gem.
careful.
Gem,
I don't know
Nikki.
about that.
Right. They nowadays, like I said, I got a few friends that's like that, and I done seen it in my family and all that stuff. Once it's a man, they gonna find a way to tear that man down. And what I'm saying, if the kids think about agreeing as a rep, no, your dad is no good, no good. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even hear his side of the story.
right. So
You
I
know,
know that all
one
too
thing
well.
that I always did, right? Whatever my exes did, I had always keep in mind that half of them it's in them, right? Of my kids. So speaking bad about their father is like speaking bad about part of them. So I think that parents really, really, really need to be careful because every time, and that's what sit with me every time that I was letting my mother down, it's like, or you're just like your father, and it's hurtful, and parents should watch their mouth, especially
Hmm.
when they talk about
They
one of
don't
the
care.
parents.
A lot of them don't care, man. It's more
We
about their
we are
feelings than
their first
anything.
models. We're their first
Right.
models.
And then it
If I'm
passes
hurt,
down
you're hurt.
generation to generation. And it passes down like that. That's why we're in the situation we're in now, because it passes down with the kids raising kids the last couple generations. That's why so many so screwed up right now.
And Spock, I think to your point you made earlier about not saying anything bad about the kid's mom, it's like when you do that, then you really reflecting on your decision making because you chose to
Right.
You
procreate with that
know?
person. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So if you then
Exactly.
dog them
And
out, it's
that's
like, okay, well
accountability.
then
Right. They
exactly.
never think about that part. Right. I never thought about that. Right. You saying all this stuff, but
No,
you
she's
picked them.
right.
That is funny.
Yeah. So I
But
don't
I
know. I
think
just
as a
think
kid, you don't think about that till later. Because, even with me, I don't want to say the story. All I once, and I found when I got older that, the other side had something. I'm like, what? thought you was innocent.
Yeah.
As I grew up, I'm like, something ain't make something ain't adding up, man. Something, but
Hmm.
man.
By me being
Some of
married
our
and have
parents.
2 kids, I totally get what you're saying because I experienced that personally. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? But they only heard one side of a story. So when they got older, they finally heard the story. They were like, "Oh, Dad, you ain't what Mama says you are." No, because your mom had to understand. I can't come around
Uh-huh.
like that because I had to work. I had to provide for my home. So when I'm providing for you and my home, that's gonna take a lot of my time away from y'all. Spending time
Hmm.
with y'all, being able to be with y'all, go to plays, go to practice. You know what I mean? So I have to work to maintain my well being as well as your well being. So and they understood it as they got older, but they didn't know then. You know what I mean? They felt like, oh, Daddy just walked away. No, I ain't just walk away from y'all. I had to provide for y'all.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't just on the mom; it was on me too. You know what I mean? I had to
Yeah.
make sure I had my own place. I had to make sure I had me a car to get back and forth to work. For a little
But
while, sure, catching rides to get to work. But at the same time, I motivate myself to get up and go to work, make sure my kids are provided for. So I know all too well of the system when all
Hmm.
Yeah,
dealing with
yeah.
a
It's
And
child.
definitely it's
you
definitely
know
hard
what's
for a
crazy
man
though too,
trying
BK,
to take
is
care of
that.
two households.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead, Spock.
And so it's definitely hard for a man trying to take care of two households. You really don't get to see that kid because you have to work so much because you
Right.
got to pay the other person to pay the child support and all that, but you still got to eat and pay for your house. And you really have time to really see this, but they don't
Hmm.
realize. Yeah,
Well, let
Right.
me let me give
yeah.
it to you from another perspective because we were having this
I gotta
discussion
call it a
earlier
quits after this.
about women who are single mothers who drop their kids off to school practice, whether it's for sports or whatever. There's actually a coach involved. There's actually a coach involved. There's people involved that are involved in that because you have to go to work because you're a single mom. So do they get credit for what you're doing for that child? So it goes in both circumferences. Is like you have to work to provide for that child, but do you get time with that child? Do you get quality time with that child?
Right.
We are the first model of our children. We are the first people that get to tell our children, look, my parents didn't do all the justice that I should have been deserved. But there were some qualities that they had that I was like, okay, I can take that with me. I can not take this with me. That's what we were talking about earlier. At what age do you have choice? At what age? Our children are not stupid. They know what our
Right.
parents are
They're
going
not. They're
through.
smart as heck. Yeah.
They know what they
That's
know what
good.
they know what their mom and dad are dealing with. They know when they got to go to court. They know when they got to go deal with the justice system. They know all that. So they're
Yeah.
learning that at the same time. So at what point do we how do we protect our children from that without disqualifying them of their identity, like what many of us were robbed of, or whatever, however we want to speak on it.
Mm.
All right, y'all, man. I gotta call it. I'm gonna be on tomorrow. Got one more day. I gotta work.
I feel you. Me too. I feel you.
I feel you. I'm
But
on
yeah,
Cali time, so you know
cause
how
I'm
to
a.
work. Good, thank you, Kev, as always.
Oh yeah, you already know, man. I'm trying to get it started back up, man. I was actually feeling down because my dang on jump was not recording, but I like whatever, man. I'm just gonna keep on. I don't care about recording. I got enough content to make on my old YouTube videos. Even though I be having some good talks and stuff, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna keep on running my lives, and just if I meet some more people, I just add them or whatever. So it is what it is. If it's
We,
save or
we, we,
not.
we can do some more, we can do some more laugh content where
You
we
said
laugh
what?
more. So where we can
Last
laugh
content.
more. Laughing content.
Yeah.
Right, Spock.
But yeah, I'm gonna be on Saturday. I'm probably gonna get on Sunday too. So yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna see y'all though, man. I appreciate all y'all again. You know what I'm saying, as always.
Appreciate everybody as well on the panel.
Yes, good
Yes.
conversation.
Man,
Thanks, Kay.
good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
night.
I'm
You
still
safe.
laughing about the guy talking about the pedo. That just came to my mind. Came out of nowhere. I'm like, this guy. I think he's thinking about dating somebody young.
Yeah, good night, you all.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. All
Bye
right,
bye.
All right.
Tiz.
Night,
Bye bye.
Nikki.
Good night.
Thank you, Nikki.
All
Thank y'all.
right.
Bye.
See you, BK.
All right, Nikki, lovely. I miss some names. BK, my brother, all y'all.